हरे कृष्णा। कैसे हैं प्रभु जी? जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। 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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय। श्री ताय गौरंग भगवान की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद ग्रंथ की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Namah Pankajanaಭಾಯ Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Gau Brahmanahitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kum karoti vachalam pangam langayate girimit kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om apavitro pavitro va sarvavastham gatopi va yat smaret pundarikaksha sabhyabhyantaram suche Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, Mataji. Thank you for coming. Very grateful, Hare Krishna, bro. I was skeptical whether to do today's session or not. Up and down, because Sunday evening, आप लोगों के plan भी होंगे. And I felt, और क्या करेंगे घर पे बैठ के? Finally, I decided, okay, let's do this. Because again, another 1 week, right? We live in a Monday to Friday life. So again, we have to wait for next Saturday, then Sunday. Then it will be 1 week. Why not continue the saga? Yeah. So it was a very nice trip I had. Spiritually rejuvenating. Very, very much spiritually recharging trip I had. So we went to Triambakeshwar. There we spent 4 days under the foothills of Brahmagiri mountains. Beautiful mountains there and beautiful temple of Lord Shiva, Jyotirling, Triambakeshwar. And then from there we went to Nasik. And from there we went to Bombay. In Bombay we visited 3 temples. Radha Rasbihari temple in Juhu. And there we had the temple that Prabhupada had established. How many have gone to ISKCON Juhu? Anybody here? Jai, beautiful temple. Right? And there my children, and I also like the chapan bhog they keep in lunch. So we have a big feast of lunch prasad, 56 items. Then from there we went to Radha Gopinath Mandir in South Bombay, just near to Chowpatty. And then from there we went to ISKCON Mira Road, Radha Giridhari. And then we came back to Govardhan Eco Village. So Govardhan Eco Village is a project, unique project taken up by ISKCON, um, spearheaded by my own guru. His own is Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So that's Srila Prabhupada had a desire of recreating Vrindavan in a place called Pennsylvania in US. He named it New Vrindavan. He named it New Vrindavan, but it could not manifest. They could not do it. When I say recreating Vrindavan, there should be Yamuna in Vrindavan. There should be six Goswami temples: Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Gokulanand, Radha Govind, Radha Gopinath, Radha Raman, right? Radha Madan Mohan, yeah, all the temples. They all should be there, and there should be worship going on, and there should be Kalia Ghat, there should be Nandagaon, there should be Barsana, there should be Govardhan, everything that Vrindavan has. He wanted to have many Vrindavans in the world, recreate them. But his desire was fulfilled, is being fulfilled by his one of his disciples, who is my guru, Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So they have developed close to 140 acres now. 140 acres, huge project, huge. And now it's so beautiful that anybody can go and live. Best place to go for vacation. You have temples, you have classes, morning and evening. Scholarly people giving classes, not ordinary people, like very knowledgeable people. And you have Yamuna Aarti every evening. The Aarti goes on from temple to temple to temple to temple to temple. It starts at 5 o'clock, finishes at 7:30. You just go, keep walking, and you keep hearing and chanting. And finally, there is a Man Mandir where Radharani gets angry. And Krishna sits beside her, holding her feet, convincing her to let go the anger. So all the songs, Braj songs are sung there. Braj, Hindi mein bhajan. So it's beautiful. And then you have the main temple, which is Radha Vrindavan Vihari. And then there is Radha Madan Mohan. And there is guest houses, there is trekking, Brahmagiri Hill, the same tract of Triambakeshwar Hills. They come down all the way to Karnataka. So you can actually trek there. There is cows, there is Goshala, there is everything. Sadhus, Kirtan, dance, feast, prasadam, pizzas, burgers, pastas, every kind of thing. You just name it, right? And the facilities in the rooms are far better than any five-star hotel I've seen. So nicely maintained, because the goal is to attract foreign people also. My Guru Maharaj wanted to attract foreigners also to come into bhakti. So environment which will make them comfortable. And many yoga camps also happen there. So we stayed there for 6 days. I was in my dream world. So didn't feel like coming back, but we had to come back. This is Karma Bhumi. We have to come here and do our job also. So someday we all will also go. We have to plan in advance and go there. बस जाके रहना है वहाँ पे. Just by staying there, you'll become spiritual. There is nothing you have to do extraordinary. Just be there, and sadhus will come and you'll go with them. Right?
Some pilgrimage can we plan maybe once in a year or something?
Yes, we'll plan. We'll definitely plan.
We can go in a group and.
Yes. We are going to Ujjain next month. Next to next month we are going to Ujjain. That's a short plan, 5 days plan. 1 day to go, 1 day to come back, and 3 days in Ujjain.
Even 5 days or 7 days.
Yeah. Then. We can plan. We can plan. Govardhan Eco Village, you can definitely plan. I am very eager to take everyone, because see, when you go to some holy places, of course, holy places are holy places, but there's too much crowd, too much pulling, too much, katha is very difficult to happen. We should also go to real Vrindavan. We should also go to real Jagannath Puri, the real Dwarka, the real. But Govardhan Eco Village is a different. That you feel the same, but it's separately made specifically for that. Even the temple, the way it is there in Vrindavan, exact replica is made here. You wouldn't, if you look at the temple, you suddenly wonder, am I in Vrindavan or I'm here? Exact replica. So, but for that, first you have to go to Vrindavan and then go to Millennium Plan. So that was my pilgrimage. And
One small question.
yes, bro.
I heard that ISKCON, there is some membership. If you take a membership for that, and maybe for 3 days you can stay in different branches of ISKCON. Is this still there? Earlier I heard about it. I don't know.
It is there. It's life membership, but it's not there in all temples. It's only in few temples. ISKCON Juhu temple, yes. ISKCON Juhu temple, yes. There 3 days in a year, it's free for life members. Life membership is hardly 25,000 rupees. You pay that and you get life membership. Some other temples where there is a lot of accommodation, they give it for free. Like something like South Bombay, where barely they have place. They only have few rooms. Wahan pe they don't give that for life members. You have to book and stay. Something like Juhu, where there is a lot of, that also is the center of the city, but there are more number of rooms. So if you book in advance, you get 3 days stay for free. You can stay.
Every year 3 days.
Every year 3 days.
Different places.
Yeah, as I said again, different places and courts depends every time. Like Hyderabad also has a ISKCON. They don't give rooms for life members. There's a very limited number of rooms. Temple to temple, they have that policy is different. In Delhi ISKCON they give. Delhi Parthasarathi temple, Hare Krishna. There, Greater Kailash. There they give for 3 days in a year. Hare Krishna. You can avail that. Yeah. In foreign countries also, some places they give discounted. Like in New Vrindavan and Pennsylvania, if you are a life member, you show that card, you get a discounted rate. Provided there are rooms. So it's all, there is a clause always. Yeah. And even if we go and give some money to the room, that also goes to the temple as a donation. So we get, we don't get, we don't get. And they are reasonable actually. Not very expensive as compared to staying outside. Very well furnished, air conditioned, everything we have. Nice place. And more than important, you can attend Mangal Aarti in the temple. You can literally come out of your room, go to the Aarti, right? And then come back to the room and you don't have to travel anywhere. सब कुछ अंदर रहता है.
हैदराबाद में वैसे रूम्स हैं अवेलेबल हैं
लेकिन लाइफ मेंबरशिप के लिए एप्लीकेबल नहीं है.
We can pay and we can
Yes, you can pay and stay. They have very less number of rooms. If you book in advance, you will get them. They are constructing more rooms now. अभी चल रहा है construction. Then maybe it's easier a little. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Shloka number 14, third chapter. You just read it again. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhava yajñād bhavati parjanyo yajña karma samudbhava. Repeat after me. Translation and purport based divine grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. All living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains produced by performance of yajna, sacrifice, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. So, a little recap, not a long recap. Last week rather, I had explained the purpose of this material world. Right? How this whole thing is designed. This is not designed just as a fluke. ऐसे ही आ गया, सूरज आ गया, चांद आ गया, बादल आ गए, हवा आ गया, नदी आ गए. Right? Not like that. It's not just coming out of nothing. It's specifically designed. Right? And the design is being explained by Lord Krishna here and how it functions. There are departments for everything. And each one department has a department head. And all these department heads' job is to supply what we need. Provided we satisfy them and pay their rent. Right? If you pay rent to the hotel room, you get a hotel room. You pay electricity, you get electricity. You pay water bill, you get water bill. So how do you make the payment to these devatas? How do you make payment to these devatas? How do you make payment? By performing prescribed duties. You understood? And why devatas have to supply to you? Because they want you to become a devotee and go out of this world. They don't want you to stay here. Devatas don't want you to stay here. They want you to become a quick devotee. Jaldi devotee bano और अपने घर चले जाओ. यहाँ तुम्हारा रहने का कोई बिजनेस नहीं है, बार बार पैदा मत हो यहाँ पे. Every time you take birth, Lord Shiva is very unhappy because he has to again arrange for your classes, again arrange for this whole situation. है कि नहीं? Mother Parvati is very unhappy. फिर से आ गया पागल, इसको फिर से कुछ करो, फिर से इसे तैयार करो, right? Again you'll become young, again you'll become old, again you'll die, again you'll take birth. If you're fortunate like a human, if your karma is bad like an animal, 8.4 million species are there as a choice to fulfill our desires. So devatas don't want us to stay here. Krishna has created this world so beautifully that there are devatas who are going to give us resources through which we can survive here. To get those resources, we have to pay our rent in the form of prescribed duties. As simple as it. Right? Pura network hai. Everything is very clearly defined. All the Vedas, they have so many mantras for different devatas to satisfy them. So, will devatas give you what you need? Yes, they will give according to your karma also. You've done previously very good karmas. You already have bank balance, spiritual bank balance. According to that, you'll get a lot of good opportunities, good money, good wife, good skin, good complexion, good looking, everything. It's all happening as per the karma. All the devatas. There is a devata for skin. There is a devata for eyelids called Nimi. His name is Nimi. If he goes on leave, you can't move your eyelids. Right? So everything is perfectly situated. Right? And the devatas want you to finish your business of revival of your consciousness and go back to Krishna. Of this, there is no doubt. Any doubts here so far? No. How to live in this world and perform your work is the third chapter called Karma Yoga. You have to do something, right? You're here, you have to do something. What you have to do, you all have been given a nature. Everybody has a nature. According to past karma again. Somebody has a nature to be authoritative, somebody has a nature to be subservient, somebody has a nature to be aggressive, somebody has a nature to be humble, somebody has a nature to fight, somebody has a nature to serve. Different natures are there. Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmana, primarily 4 categories. They are not caste systems. These 4 are not castes. They are natures. Swabhav. Samajhe? People say that India means caste system. There is no caste system in India. Britishers created caste system. We never had any caste system. We had Varnashram. Varna Ashram. 4 Varnas. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Right? Teachers, warriors and administrators, businessmen and providers, agriculturists, and subservients. The people will serve everybody. Very clear society. And all 4 are happy doing what they're doing because their nature is that. Their nature is that. They never felt, why am I doing this? It's less. For example, I'll tell you, in my own generation, I've seen my Bade Papa, my father's elder brother. We used to go to village for festivals, right? So in the courtyard in the morning, he would sit there, and the barber would come to our house. He would sit in that big chair like this, aram se, and the barber will come. He'll put all that, right, and he'll be removing, track, and you know where he'll keep that thing, that what do you call that? The foam, haath pe. I don't know if you've seen that. You know, they just keep it on the hand like this. ऐसे निकालते हैं हाथ पे. And he, my बड़े पापा is telling him everything. You know, घर पे क्या चल रहा है, क्या है, you know, general discussion. वो बोलता है, साहब जी बताओ, सब ठीक है, हाँ सब ठीक है. Then he'll remove everything, you know. Then he'll wash his face. ठीक है, नमस्ते. Then he'll go. He'll pay him something. He'll go. Neither of them felt humiliated or used. Barber is doing barber's duty. The zamindar, not zamindar, you know, head of the village. He is doing head of the village duty. Nobody used anybody. Goldsmith is doing goldsmith duty. Farmer is doing farmer duty. Mechanic is doing mechanic duty. Everybody is doing freelancing. The culture of freelancing is there in India since ages. Sanatan Dharma, everything is freelancing. Nobody is bonded to anybody as a bonded labor. ऐसा है ही नहीं, concept ही नहीं है. ठीक है. When Britishers came, they wanted to divide, so they started assigning land to people, and zamindari system they brought. They brought all the caste system. They tagged, you are barber, you are this, you are that, you are Harijan, you are this. Pura create karke, they tried to demean. That's a different topic. So the whole Varnashram system also Krishna only created so that we can practice religion in a nice way and perform your prescribed duties in a nice way. So devatas are also satisfied. So if you want to live happily in this world, you have to follow your prescribed duty. Prescribed duty means what? What is prescribed duty? To perform activities keeping God in the center. That is prescribed duty. Meaning I'm not attached to anything. I'm doing it as a duty. I'm not attached to it. I made this house. If I lose this house, Krishna only gave the house, Krishna only took the house. But I'll make another house because my family needs a house. So I'm doing a prescribed duty without any attachment. Nishkam karma yoga, this word, without any expectation. Sakam karma yoga, with expectation. Right? I made this house, so everybody should respect me. I made this house, so I'm the head of the house. I made this house, I'll always be the owner. This is Sakam karma. You also are doing duty, but you have expectation also. You want to enjoy it also. But Nishkam karma yoga, matlab, I don't have any expectation. For example, I beget 2 children, I have 2 sons. Both of them should become devotees. And they don't become devotees, that's okay. Krishna, it's your plan. If they become devotees, yes, Krishna, I've done my part. So no expectations. You do your duty. It's called prescribed duty. So everybody has a prescribed duty according to your nature. If you are a Kshatriya, you will have a Kshatriya, you will work like a Kshatriya, and your prescribed duty is to protect Brahmanas, is to protect the nation, is to protect the borders. That is your prescribed duty. Right? For service of Krishna, that always remains. If you have Brahmanical nature, then you do Brahmanical work. Brahmanical work includes reading scriptures, explaining people scriptures, guiding ignorant people by giving them knowledge, keeping Krishna in the center. Not as a jnani. You don't want to become jnani. You want to become a devotee. Devotee with knowledge. Samajh rahe hain? Vaishya. Cow protection, agriculture, supplying of the necessities to everybody. That's the nature of a Vaishya. He's very calculative. He's very, very, particular how things go. He's a good businessman. Keeping Krishna in the center. Again, keeping Krishna in the center. That's very, very important. Right? That's called Karma Yoga. Shudra. To make sure all the plans made by Brahmanas, Vaishyas and Kshatriyas are implemented. I will assist them in implementing those plans. Shudra. Shudra means a perfect, obedient servant. We all need perfect, obedient servants. Manager, a program manager in Infosys. What is he? Is a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra? He's a Shudra. He is given a target. He has to achieve it. No questions. Right? Jo bola karke dikhao. That is Shudra. So Kalo Shudra Samayan. Kaliyuga all are Shudras only. Brahmanas don't work for anyone. They only work for God. So I'm sorry if you all felt I'll tell you as Kshatriya or something. We're all Shudras here sitting here. We're born in a Brahmana family. But have you done Brahmana work? If you have not done Brahmana work, then how can you call yourself as Brahmana? It's not Janmashrama, it's Varnashrama. Krishna is very clear. It's Varna Ashrama. What your Varna is, what you're doing is what your quality is. A Supreme Court judge son can call himself the son of Supreme Court judge, but he cannot call himself a judge. Can he call himself? No. To become a judge, he has to study. He has to pass. He has to become qualified. Then only government will appoint him as judge. Just because you're son of a Supreme Court judge doesn't make you a judge. In the same way, just because you're a son of a Brahman doesn't make you a Brahman. Unless you have qualities of a Brahman. You're understanding? Yeah. So this is how the whole society is functioning. And that is how the Varnashram system was established. And there are devatas whom you have to satisfy performing the prescribed duty. And this particular shloka beautifully explains Annad Bhavati Bhutani Parjanyo Anna Sambhava. What is it? Yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhava. So he's saying we all have to eat something. Most important thing is you have to eat something. Who gives you that? Yes, Mother Earth gives you that. Bhumata. Bhumata has to give you the seeds, right? She has all the seeds, but it's her choice whether she wants to give or not. If you become Mahapapis, she will stop giving seeds. As simple as that. Suddenly your land will become desert. Can you put a seed in desert and expect a plant? It will not come. So as Kali Yuga is progressing, Bhumata will not be happy. She will stop giving seeds. So places where seeds can be grown will be reduced. All other places there will not be any seeds only. If you don't get seeds, what will you do? Will your data science program create seeds? Any computer program create seeds? No. Seeds are created by Annad Bhavati Bhutani. All the living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Varuna Devata, rains. He has to give rain. Where will he give rain? Where he is satisfied. What will satisfy him? Yajnad Bhavati Parjanyo, where you perform yajna. Yajna means prescribed duty. You have to satisfy, saying that yes, we will become obedient, we will not exploit this world, we will only use how much is needed, and will become a devotee. Then automatically rains will come. In earlier days, if rains don't come, king used to resign. The citizens would come and tell, you go now, you're not a worthy king. Because your ruling and your administration is so bad that the devatas are not happy. That is the reason rain is not coming. So it's king's duty to perform yajna and get the rain. You understand? If too much adharma is growing in a kingdom, kings know that if this adharma is growing, then rains will not come. So he has to fix the adharma. And how would they fix the adharma? Not by constructing jails, by constructing more temples. And by telling Brahmanas, go and educate these people to reduce adharma. So that rains will come. See, it's all calculated. And the rains will come, Mother Earth will be ready to give grains. When grains will come, your belly will be full. Then you can perform further prescribed duty. This whole thing is a science, right? When you break this science, you see the repercussions. When you perform adharma, everything goes back. Everything goes back. Now, how do you supply the results of this yajna to the devatas? Through Agni. Agni is the transmedium between you and the devatas. So whatever you offer to any devata, you have to offer in Agni. And Agni is satisfied when you give pure ghee. And pure ghee comes from pure desi cows. And pure desi cows, when you maintain, devatas are also very happy. Because they know that these desi cows will give the ghee through which our food will come. So the whole world is happy. That's why when great acharyas, they say, the country where cows are happy, everybody is happy. Why? When cows are happy, devatas are happy. And devatas are happy, rains will come. When rains will come, grains will come. When grains will come, everybody will be happy. Everything is linked. This is basic, na? Did you all understand so far?
Yes.
Everything is clearly designed. You can't beat this. If you try to beat this, you'll bump your head. I told you an example last time, right? That ship going towards what is it? Lighthouse. Hato. Tum hato. Nahin, tum hato. Fat. So, अरे वो तो lighthouse है. जब lighthouse सामने आता है, ship को हटना चाहिए. Lighthouse नहीं हटता ना. In the same way, God's rules and environment, devatas, yajna, prescribed duties, they're all like light post. They tell you where to, what to go, everything they'll give. You have to follow that. If you follow that, you will be happy. If you don't follow that, you will bump your head and you will suffer. As simple as that. Anyway, material world is suffering. Dukkhalaya ashashvatam. Everything here is only for suffering. Dukkhalaya. Vidyalaya, meaning jahan vidya milta hai. भोजनालय जहां भोजन मिलता है, ग्रंथालय जहां पे बुक्स मिलते हैं, विद्यालय जहां पे नॉलेज मिलता है, दुखालय यहाँ दुख मिलता है. कोई डाउट है क्या इसमें? यहाँ दुख ही मिलता है. Material world is filled with only dukh, and it is temporary. Everything is temporary. कुछ भी अपने साथ हमेशा के लिए नहीं रहेगा. ये शरीर ही नहीं रहेगा. This body itself is temporary, right? So everything here is temporary. Everything related to the body also is temporary. Knowing this, you should live in this world in a respectful way, in a practical way, with self-realization, right? With self, who am I? Why did I take birth? Who is God? How to go back to God? What is the best way to go back to God? What are the things I should do which will help me to go back to God? What are the things that I should not do which will delay my journey to God? Simple. I mean, you put your brain, you'll understand how to live here. To live here, I need a house. To satisfy God, I should also get married, have children, and make my children also into devotees. Why should I have children? To give opportunity to other souls to become devotees. That's why you should get married. I'm sorry, if you're already married, you don't know, you're already anyway married. So think about it. Why you get married? Not to enjoy. I'm sure you're not enjoying. Little bit here and there you're enjoying. But point is what? You get married so that you give other souls an opportunity to come on this planet, make them into devotees and send them back to Krishna. That is the role of a parent. If you're not doing that, then you have to take birth again. You have to take birth again. This is a shloka 5, 15, 18. 5th canto, 15th chapter, 18th chapter, 18th shloka. 18th shloka, 5th canto, not Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 15th chapter, 18th shloka. Do you have a mobile phone? Go to vedabase.com. While I say that, go to vedabase.com. You all can go on your mobiles. Vedabase.com. And one of you can give your mobile to me. Vedabase.com. Okay? VEDABASE.com. After going there, you'll see Srimad Bhagavatam. 5:15, 18. 5:15, 18. Is that the shloka? Yes. So you have Srimad Bhagavatam here. Click on Srimad Bhagavatam. You get all these cantos. Then go to 5th canto. Yes. And then you go to 15th chapter. I think it's 15th chapter. 18th shloka. No. Sorry. 5:18, I think. 5:18. It's been a long time I read Bhagavatam.
5:18.
Yeah, 5:18. 5th canto, 5th chapter, 18th shloka. See, whatever I tell, na, you should not believe, na. You should ask me. प्रभु जी, कुछ भी, हाँ. प्रभु जी, आप कुछ भी बोलते हो बैठ के. आपकी मर्जी है क्या? नहीं. मैं ऐसा गुरु नहीं हूँ. वो दाढ़ी वाला गुरु नहीं हूँ मैं. दाढ़ी निकाल के आया वहां पे, है ना? हाँ. ये देखो मिल गया श्लोका. ये श्लोक बताता है 5:18. क्या बताता है? रिपीट आफ्टर मी. गुरु न सस्यात्, स्वजनो न सस्यात्, पिता न सस्यात्, जननी न सस्यात्, दैवं न तत्स्यान्, न पतिश्च सस्यान्, न मोचयेद्य समुपेत मृत्युम. What is the meaning of this? Repeat after me. One who cannot deliver his dependents. Right? One who cannot deliver his dependents. From the path of repeated birth and death. Should never become a. अब तक समझे क्या है? One who cannot deliver his dependents. आपके dependent कौन है? Your son, your daughter, your bahu, right? Everybody who's dependent on you, right? Your wife, or if you are a guru, your shishya, right? Huh. So one who cannot deliver his dependence from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master. Repeat out: spiritual master, a father, a husband, a mother, or a worshipable devata. बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट रूल है कि नहीं? Who is telling this? Rishabh Dev is telling this. Yes. It's a very important thing. लोग आज क्या दुनिया में मजाक बना रखा है. आपको कितने बच्चे हैं? मेरे 2 हैं. अच्छा, बहुत ज्यादा है. एक ही पैदा करना था. बहुत ज्यादा हो गया ना. 10 पैदा करते हैं. 10 पैदा करो, लेकिन उनको भगवान के पास वापस ले जाने का मार्ग दिखाओ. इफ यू डोंट डू दैट, भैया आपको वापस आना पड़ेगा यहीं पे. गच्ची बोली नानक राम मुड़ा, यहीं पे आना पड़ेगा. फिर से सड़ना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे. स्कूल में पढ़ना पड़ेगा, फिर बच्चा पैदा करना पड़ेगा, फिर होम लोन, फिर पूरा, फिर रिटायरमेंट, फिर सोचो बैठे मैं बच्चे क्यों पैदा किया. टू बिकम ए गुरु, if you become a guru, if you claim yourself as a guru, and you cannot deliver the people who come to you back to God, you have to come back again. You have to come back again. If you are a devata, Ganesh ji, and Ganesh ji is very, ये श्लोका पढ़ के तो गणेश जी भी टेंशन में आएगा. अरे ये मेरे पास आ रहा है, डांस कर रहा है, उठपटांग डांस कर रहा है मेरे सामने. I should deliver this fellow also. I should somehow make him a devotee. Because if he doesn't become a devotee and is worshipping me, then I have to stay in this material world. So it's a very serious responsibility. Okay? And the one who performs the duty of delivering his dependence to Krishna is called you are performing karma yoga. You are performing prescribed duty. First of all, you are delivering yourself and you are also delivering the people who are dependent on. लेकिन प्रभु मेरा बेटा सुनता नहीं तो पैदा क्यों किया? क्यों किया पैदा ऐसे आदमी? घर में कुत्ते पालते हैं ना, कुत्ते. You have dogs ना? जब कुत्ता सुनता नहीं क्या करते हो उसका? घर में पाला हुआ कुत्ता अगर आपकी बात नहीं सुनता क्या करते हो उसका? What do you do? कुछ तो बोलो यार. हाँ? पिटाई मत करते हो ना? उसके बाद भी नहीं सुनता क्या करते हो? और पिटाई करते हो, है कि नहीं? उसके बाद भी नहीं सुनता क्या करते हो? बाहर फेंक के डोर बंद करते हो. बच्चों के साथ भी यही करो. नहीं तो क्या होगा? आपको वापस आना पड़ेगा. भाई साहब आपको वापस आना पड़ेगा. श्लोक है यहाँ पे, सुन लिया. अभी आपको और रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, मैंने बोल भी दिया. 5:18 श्रीमद् भागवत 5वां स्कंद 5वां चैप्टर 18वां श्लोक. इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है. समझ गए ना? बेटे को पैदा करो. अच्छा अच्छा, आपको क्या चाहिए? आपको खाने के लिए कोल्ड स्टोन जाए, नेचुरल्स आइसक्रीम खिलाओ, लेकिन सत्संग में लेकर आओ. नहीं तो अगर वो नहीं आएगा आपको बार बार आना पड़ेगा. इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है. Otherwise we create debt. समझने की कोशिश करो. What is happening? We are creating a debt. It's our responsibility to deliver all our dependence, right? And this is how the material world is functioning. Why are people taking birth again and again? Because last life he didn't take this seriously. He came and used the things here. People can see, if you come and if you want to live in this apartment complex, you have to either buy a flat or rent a flat, ना? है कि नहीं? पैसा तो देना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे आने के लिए. बिना पैसे दिए आप किसी को आने दोगे? हाँ, हमारे कम्युनिटी ग्रुप में हर 2 घंटे को मैसेज लगता है, मेरे कार पार्किंग में तूने कैसे लगा दिया? है कि नहीं? माई कार पार्किंग फोटो लगा के भेजते हैं, मेरा कार पार्क है. They are claiming it. That means you paid for it, right? You paid for it.
एक क्वेश्चन.
बोलिए बोलिए.
आपने बताया कि कुत्ता है वो अभी नहीं कर रहा, उसको मारेंगे, करेंगे, उसका एक्टिविटी निकाल देंगे. बट यहाँ पे हमारे बच्चों का सवाल है, they are our responsibilities. Can we do that? और हमारा कर्म ये नहीं है कि हमको उसको देखना है, हमको उसको पालना है. अब वो कुछ कर्म लेकर आया, ये इसमें जाने का
हमारे तरफ से बिगड़ा बेटा किसी घर पे चिल्ला नहीं सकता, बाहर चिल्ला रहा है। एनीवे, तो पॉइंट यही है, प्रभु हमारे तरफ से जितना होना चाहिए उतना करना चाहिए। मेरे तरफ से मैंने कितना किया, हाउ टिल व्हाट एक्सटेंट आई हैव डन माय ड्यूटी, हैव आई जेन्युइनली ट्राइड, है ना? भगवान विल अंडरस्टैंड, कृष्ण विल अंडरस्टैंड। वो अपना कर्म से वो बिन लादेन बनने के लिए पैदा हुआ है, तो बिन लादेन तो बनेगा, लेकिन बॉम्ब फेंकने से पहले उसका हाथ पकड़ो, बेटा मत करो, डू योर पार्ट। ऐसे नहीं छोड़ी दो, बिन लादेन है जा करते हैं, तो पैदा ही क्यों किया? हाँ, तो लेकिन पैदा किया तो मेरा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, मैं उसके मैं अब हमारा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कब खत्म होता है प्रभु जी? माँ बाप का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी माँ बाप के आखिरी सांस तक, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी माँ बाप के आखिरी सांस तक, है कि नहीं? हाँ, वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में क्या है? वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में वो 14 साल होते हैं जो छोड़ दिया उसको, जा बर्बाद कर, लोगों का दिल घर बर्बाद कर, जा मेरा घर ऐसे बर्बाद हो गया, तू औरों का भी घर बर्बाद कर, छोड़ दिया उसको, कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है। लेकिन हमारा सनातन धर्म है, जब तक मैं जिंदा हूं मैं मेरे बेटे के पीछे रहूंगा, मैं उसको बोलते रहूंगा कि भैया ये ठीक नहीं है। हाँ, अगर ज्यादा नहीं सुनेगा जायदाद मत दो ना, कौन बोल रहा है जायदाद देने के लिए? मंदिर को दे दो, ऐसे पागल को देने से अच्छा मंदिर को दे दो, वो तो बेच के उससे बम बना के फेंकेगा। मैंने तो बोल दिया मेरे बेटे को कि अगर तू अच्छा भक्त नहीं बनेगा तेरे को एक पैसा भी नहीं दूंगा मैं, तू कमा के मर, मैंने नहीं देना, वो अयोध्या टेम्पल में दे दूंगा मैं। क्यों देना ऐसा? सोचो एक बार, आसान नहीं है ना बोलना, लेकिन ऐसा करते थे, हमारे पूर्वज ऐसे ही थे। अब वो हम यहाँ रिपीट नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन थोड़ा बहुत बता तो सकते हैं, भैया वो नौबत मत लाओ, डोंट ब्रिंग दैट सिचुएशन, बिकम ए गुड पर्सन, बिकम ए गुड पर्सन, डोंट बिकम ए लाइबिलिटी टू द सोसाइटी, बिकम ए एसेट टू द सोसाइटी। थोड़ा तो समझो, भगवद गीता के बारे में समझो, थोड़ा तो शास्त्र के बारे में समझो, कमाओ, अमेजोन में काम करो, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में काम करो, लेकिन 1 घंटा तो यार इसलिए भी काम करो कि पैदा क्यों हो, ये तो मालूम करो। सनातन धर्म सिखाता है, इट शोज, यू नो, इट्स नॉट अ रिलीजन, दिस इज नॉट अ रिलीजन, भगवद गीता इज नॉट अ रिलीजन, गीता इज आवर एग्जिस्टेंस, हु आर वी, व्हाट आर वी डूइंग हियर। तो एनीवे, इट्स अ लॉन्ग टॉपिक। तो पॉइंट हियर इज प्रभु जी, if we want to live nicely in this world and we want to get out of this world, we have to perform karma yoga. That is one of the path. And karma yoga means performing everything for God's satisfaction, keeping God in the center, and living in such a way that devatas are also happy. Devatas are also happy. And when everybody is happy, then you get food grains. You can fill your belly. You can fill others' belly. You will get less diseases. Peacefully, you will die. And when you die, you will go back to God. This is one of the path. Karma yoga is one of the path. Dhyana yoga is another path, which we'll discuss next chapter. Jnana yoga is another path, which we'll discuss next chapter. Bhakti yoga is another path. Right? Discuss next chapter. So all these paths, and in every yoga there is bhakti yoga. Without bhakti yoga, you cannot go back. Even in karma yoga there is bhakti yoga. Even in dhyana yoga there is bhakti yoga. Even in jnana yoga there is bhakti yoga. And in totality, what is bhakti yoga is explained. So here in this chapter, no, because I have given this preface, now we can go shloka by shloka very fast. ठीक है? Now you'll understand why Krishna is speaking what. ठीक है? हाँ, yes ma'am. Happy? Happy part. I mean, how to reach the God. The person who is not believing the God in this world, he didn't believe the God, and with this karma, next birth also he got the same thing, right? He doesn't believe. How many lives it will carry on? It go on. Karma is going on. It go on. जन्मा मृत्यु जरा व्याधि, जन्मा मृत्यु जरा व्याधि, जन्मा मृत्यु जरा चलते रहेगा. See, greatness of Sanatan Dharma is Mataji, we never tell anyone कि तो अगर if you don't believe in God, you'll go to hell. We never say that. वो लोग बोलते हैं, conversion के लोग करते हैं. People who convert people, they go and tell people, so if you don't believe in Jesus, you'll go to hell. If you don't believe in Allah, you'll burn in fire. ऐसा वो लोग बोलते हैं. हम लोग ऐसा कभी नहीं बोलते. It's not there in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita एक भी जगह ऐसा नहीं है कि तो मुझे, Krishna never says, if you don't believe in me, you'll go to hell. There is no statement like that. There is no statement like that. He says, okay, wake up in this life, right? Try to understand why you've taken birth. And by doing so, become self-realized and you can come back to me. Otherwise, you can continue. You can continue to live here until that question comes to you. Until that question comes to you. You can continue. How long you want to continue is your wish. Hai na? Have you seen, you've gone to a mall, no? In a mall, they have that excavator. Excavator बोलते हैं ना? Escalator. Right? वो सीढ़ियों पे रहते हैं. So, just imagine, one person is going on that सीढ़ी. ऐसे जा रहा है, ऐसे जा रहा है, ऐसे जा रहा है. Where is he going? ऊपर जा रहा है कि नहीं? So he knows where is he going. But just imagine that fellow comes down and again goes on the excavator. Again he comes down, again he goes on the excavator. Something is wrong, no? किधर जा रहा है वो? ऊपर जा रहा है या फिर नीचे आ रहा है? There is one to go up, there is one to come down, no? ऐसे. There is one to go up, there is one to come down. There is one to go up, there is one to come down. There is one to go up, there is one to go. कभी तो उसको अकल आएगा ना मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ मैं? है कि नहीं? At some point he will get the brain to think, what am I doing? देखने वाले को कैसे लगता है? छोटे बच्चे करते हैं ऐसे, छोटे बच्चे करते हैं. मामा 1 मिनट, मैं ऊपर जाके नीचे आता हूँ. ठीक है, लेकिन सोचो एक आदमी, a manager in I don't know, Salesforce, right? So Mr. Khurana, manager in Salesforce, वो उसमें ऊपर जा रहा है, मुड़ रहा है, नीचे आ रहा है, फिर मुड़ रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है, फिर मुड़ रहा है, नीचे आ रहा है. क्या बोलोगे खुराना को? प्रभु जी क्या बोलोगे खुराना को? पागल है कि नहीं? हाँ, तो देवता भी हमको ऐसे देख रहे हैं, गणेश जी भी देख रहे हैं. ये फिर पैदा हो गया, फिर आ रहा है, फिर जा रहा है, फिर आ रहा है, फिर जा रहा है, फिर आ रहा है, फिर. अरे भैया 1 मिनट रुक, तू कर क्या रहा है? इतने सारे वेद लिखे हैं तेरे को, मैंने खुद भगवद गीता लिखा है तेरे लिए, पढ़ तो ले एक बार. भगवान बोल रहा है तेरे को यहाँ से निकलने का. नहीं मेरे को घूमने में मजा. ठीक है, घूम ले, चल घूम ले. फिर घूमे, फिर आएगा, फिर 1 मिनट घूमे, फिर आएगा, फिर गणेश जी आके बोले यार थोड़ा समझ ले यार, मेरे को हंसी आ रहा है. तो मैं जानता हूँ तो गणेश चतुर्थी मनाएगा, मालूम है, आके डांस भी करेगा, गणपति बप्पा मोरिया सब ठीक ही कर रहा है. तो लेकिन क्या कर रहा है ये? थोड़ा बंद कर, रुक जा. इस बार जब नीचे आएगा थोड़ा रुक, मैं तेरे से बात करता हूँ. फिर बिठा के बोलेगा, सुन मैं जानता हूँ तू पढ़ रहा है, फ्लैट है तेरा, होम लोन भर रहा है, बच्चे पैदा कर रहा है, छोड़ रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है, नीचे आ रहा है, ऊपर. एक बार यार मेरी बात सुन, जरा बाहर निकल इसमें से. इस बार फिर ऊपर मत जा, फिर नीचे मत आ. मैं तेरे को बताता हूँ ऐसा जगह कि सीधा तू भगवान के धाम चले जाएगा. तेरे को फिर पैदा होने की जरूरत नहीं है. नहीं थी मामे तो जन्म कर्म चमे दिव्यम एवं योते तत्वतः त्यक्त्यादेहं पुनर्जन्म नहीं थी मामे तो अर्जुन. यू डोंट टेक अनदर जन्म. दैट इज कॉल्ड इंटेलिजेंस.
कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं, दे आर डूइंग देयर ड्यूटी प्रॉपर्ली, सब कुछ है. और कुछ लोग होते हैं जो भक्ति में ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं, ड्यूटी में शायद उतना नहीं करते. आइडियल कंडीशन तो ये है कि दोनों में अच्छा होना चाहिए, योर ड्यूटी एज वेल एज योर भक्ति. अगर इसमें थोड़ा सा फ्लक्चुएशन है, देन व्हाट हैपेंस? वही ना, फिर से पैदा हो गया. और क्या, वही प्रॉब्लम है. दोनों इंपॉर्टेंट है. पहली बात तो ड्यूटी क्या है? ड्यूटी है यहाँ से बाहर निकलने का, वो पहला ड्यूटी है कि नहीं? तो उस पर ध्यान रखना चाहिए. बाकी ड्यूटी भी करो, घर में ऑफिस में जाओ, परफेक्ट अच्छा एम्प्लॉय बनो, अच्छा इंक्रीमेंट लो, अप्रेजल अच्छा हो, पैसा अच्छा हो, सब होना चाहिए. लेकिन अल्टीमेटली क्या, गॉड इन द सेंटर. यहाँ वापस नहीं आना. मेरे को बहुत हो गया, मेरे को यहाँ पे वापस नहीं आना, कि मालूम चल चुका है मैं यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. मैं पूरा कमाऊंगा, किसी को देके जाऊंगा, फिर पैदा होऊंगा. ठीक है, इससे अच्छा बाहर निकल ही जाऊं यहाँ से. अकलमंदी की बात कर रहे हैं, है ना? तो अभी आप उसको बोलोगे, मतलब वो एक्टिवेटर में चल रहा है, उसका क्या नाम था उसका? खुराना. ठीक है, कहाँ का मैनेजर है वो? सेल्सफोर्स का मैनेजर है. उसको मैं रोकूंगा, बोलूंगा खुराना साहब आप ऊपर क्यों जा रहे हैं? देखो मैं किसी को पुश नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं खुद जा रहा हूँ. ठीक है खुराना साहब आप खुद जा रहे हैं, लेकिन आप जा क्यों रहे? देखो जी मैं इसको स्पीड में नहीं कर रहा हूँ, जो स्पीड पे ये जा रहा है वही स्पीड में जा रहा हूँ. मैंने कोई रूल ब्रेक नहीं किया, समझे? मैंने कोई रूल ब्रेक नहीं किया, मैंने किसी को पुश नहीं किया, मैं अपने ही पेस पे खड़ा हूँ, मैं जाके आ रहा हूँ. आपका प्रॉब्लम क्या है? नहीं खुराना जी आप समझ, देखो मेरे पास लाइसेंस भी है जाने का, मैंने मॉल का टिकट भी लिया है,
मेरे को ऊपर जाने का लाइसेंस है मेरे पास। ना मैंने स्पीड ब्रेक किया, हरे कृष्ण, ना मैंने स्पीड ब्रेक किया, ना मैंने किसी को पुश किया, मैंने किसी के साथ कुछ भी, सबको हिंदी आता है, आता है ना, मैंने किसी के साथ कुछ भी नहीं किया, तो मुझे क्यों रोक रहे हैं? अरे भाई साहब, मैं आपको रोक नहीं, खुराना जी मैं आपको रोक नहीं रहा, फिर क्या कर रहे हो? अच्छा खासा मैं घूम रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, आप आके बीच में रोक रहे हो। आपने देखे ऐसे पागल? वो गच्चीबोली क्रॉस रोड में रोज सुबह मिलेंगे आपको। क्यों घूम रहे हैं मालूम नहीं, ऑफिस क्यों जा रहे हैं मालूम नहीं, पैदा क्यों है नहीं मालूम नहीं, कुछ नहीं मालूम, जा रहे हैं आ रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं आ रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं। जब बीच में टाइम मिलेगा वेकेशन पे भी जाएंगे, घूम के आएंगे इधर उधर। उनको बोलते हैं पागल इंसान। ऐसे खुराना बहुत है, मैं भी ऐसे ही था, लेकिन किसी ने रोक के बताया भैया तू कर क्या रहा है, देन अरे मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, थोड़ा बदलाव आया सोच में। नहीं ये तो ठीक है, मैं नौकरी भी करूंगा, मैं आई विल आल्सो बाय हाउसेस, आई आल्सो डू एवरीथिंग, बट आई आल्सो शुड नो व्हाई आई हैव टेकन बर्थ। पैदा ही क्यों हो रहा हूं, किसने डिसाइड किया मेरे को पैदा होना? ये काला कलर किसने डिसाइड किया? मैं एक्चुअली वांट टू आस्क। हर्षल प्रभु को देखता हूँ, मेरे को लगता है ये इतना गोरा कैसे हो गया, मैं इतना काला कैसे? कौन सा गाना है? हाँ काले है तो क्या हुआ, काले है तो वो तो मैं गाते रहता हूँ दिल के, है कि नहीं? बट ये प्रभु जी इतना, ये प्रभु जी वही खिचड़ी खाते हैं एकदम ट्रिम से, मैं वही खिचड़ी खाता हूँ, सांड जैसा बनते यार, कैसे दिया बॉडी मेरे को बहुत कंप्लेन है, मेरे को मालूम करना है इसके बारे में, बार बार पैदा नहीं होना है ना। हाँ तो क्वेश्चन तो आना चाहिए कहीं ना कहीं, ये कर क्यों रहा हूँ, क्या कर रहा हूँ? हमारे बच्चों को भी हमको क्वेश्चन सिखाना चाहिए, we should make them think। सभी को नहीं आता, ये कृष्ण बता रहे हैं, जैसे आपका प्रश्न का उत्तर कृष्ण ने दिया है, बहुनाम जन्मना मानते ज्ञानामान मान प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वैति समात्मा सु दुर्लभ। कृष्ण ने बताया कि ऐसे लोग बहुत दुर्लभ हैं जो ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं। ये क्वेश्चन पूछने वाले भी बहुत कम है, उसका भी ज्ञान भगवद गीता में कृष्ण ने बताया। ज्ञानामान माम प्रपद्यते, जो अल्टीमेटली मुझे समझते हैं, बहुत देर से हाथ उठा रहे, बता। हाँ हाँ मूढ़ा, अरे बाप रे, सीख के भी आए। मूढ़ा मतलब पागल, ठीक है? स्कूल में मत बोलना किसी को स्कूल में मत बोलना। लेकिन अक्लमंद उसी को बोलते हैं ना जो बार बार वही काम रिपीट नहीं करता, जो फिक्स कर देता है उसको, है ना? तो यही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि वी हैव टू लर्न दैट कृष्णा इज टेलिंग लिव इन सच अ वे दैट यू डोंट हैव टू कम बैक हियर अगेन। You don't have to come back here. Perform your prescribed duties. Remember your goal of life. Live in such a way you don't have to come back here again. This is karma yoga. How to live. Now, see what he's going to tell next. Karma brahma veda, karma brahma udbhavam vidhi. Karma brahmo udbhavam vidhi. ब्रह्माक्षर समुद्भवम् तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितम्। Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in the acts of sacrifice. So, Krishna बता रहे हैं, देखो, I have made the devatas. No, please hear this. I have made the devatas. I have made this earth planet. I have made these grains. I have made these sacrifices. Now, here are the Vedas. ये वेद लो, here are the Vedas. In these Vedas there are mantras. In these Vedas there are procedures. If you follow that, you can satisfy the devatas. You can perform your prescribed duty, you can satisfy the devatas, and you can live a peaceful life बिना किसी प्रॉब्लम के. So he is solving the whole thing. Krishna is giving you the software, hardware operating system. Vedas is operating system. इसको लो, make everything work and everything will be perfect. वेदों का ज्ञान बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Not knowing Vedas is not an option. You should know Vedas. When you are going to use something, you should know the operating manual. है कि नहीं? टीवी खरीदते ही ऑपरेटिंग मैनुअल भी आता है उसमें. वो मैनुअल पढ़ोगे तो मालूम चलेगा उसके अंदर क्या है. अपने को टाइम नहीं है ना. टीवी खरीदते प्लग लगा दिया, धट दमा दिया, आ गया, चल रहा है, सब कुछ चल रहा है कि नहीं? सी आई बॉट ए मोबाइल. मैंने एक मोबाइल खरीदा और बहुत दिनों से यूज कर रहा हूं मैं मैनुअल नहीं पढ़ा उसका. किसको चाहिए मैनुअल? अच्छा है मोबाइल देखने को, दबा दिया, यूट्यूब देख रहा हूँ. वन डे माय फ्रेंड टोल्ड, देख मेरे मोबाइल में स्लो मोशन है, ऐसे स्लो मोशन भी रिकॉर्ड कर सकता हूँ. हाँ, तो स्लो मोशन रिकॉर्ड कर, मैं भी ऐसा मोबाइल खरीदता हूँ. तो बोला मोबाइल खरीदी क्या, तेरा मोबाइल दिखा, ऐसा स्लो मोशन इसमें भी है. गलती किसकी है? मोबाइल की है मेरी? Whose fault is it? I never read the mobile. I never read the manual. है कि नहीं? So if you are leading a life without reading Vedas, then you are doing something necessarily not required. It's already there, right? If you read Vedas, you can lead your life in a perfect way. Everybody understood? So Vedas, Krishna is telling, is given. Evam pravartitam chakram नानुवर्त्य यथायः नानुवर्तायतिहायः अघायुरिन्द्रियारामो मोघम पार्थ सजीवति. My dear Arjuna, one who does not follow in human life the cycle of sacrifice thus established by the Vedas certainly leads a life full of sin, living only for the satisfaction of the senses. Such a person lives in vain. So clearly, इससे clear क्या बोल सकते हैं कृष्ण? Clearly what is saying, my dear Arjuna, one who does not follow in the human life cycle of sacrifice thus established in the Vedas certainly leads a life full of sin, living only for satisfaction of senses. Such a person lives in vain. What does it mean a person lives in vain? तेरा लाइफ बेकार है, इसका मतलब क्या है? फिर पैदा होगा. As simple as that. You will again take birth. What did you achieve? Whatever you lived, whatever you earned in this life, will you get in next life? Can you claim? Can you come back and tell? Just imagine tomorrow morning somebody will knock your door. ऐसे फ्लैट में रहे, क्या बोलोगे उसको? Will you give that flat to him? No. Last life I owned it. What will you tell? हाँ? मूढ़ा, पागल, है कि नहीं? You cannot claim anything that you earned in this life and next life. Everything you have to leave. Everything. है कि नहीं? Huh? So Krishna is telling, a person who earns in this life becomes a Tata, Birla, Kumaramangalam, Ambani, Adani, pagal hai. This life is not to become Adani. This life is not to become Ambani. This life is not to become a whatever Steve Jobs or nothing. This life is to become a devotee. So you can go out of the cycle of birth and death. Otherwise he'll come back here. He can come back here. So Krishna is very clearly telling here, my dear Arjuna, one who does not follow the cycle given of sacrifice in the Vedas will waste his life and he'll commit all sin. Sin कैसे commit कर रहा है? How can you say he's committing sin? He is using facility without paying for it. मैं Suryadev, I'm taking his light and I'm not paying for it. I'm just using it. Is it not sin? है कि नहीं? हाँ. So everything that you are using here, 3.3 crore devatas are supplying you so many things, and you are just using it without performing any cycle of sacrifice. देवताओं का पूरा ऋण, कुछ नहीं झुका रहे हो, और you are using it, you are committing sin. You have to come back. You have to come back and pay for it. You understanding? हाँ. Text 17. यस्त्वि आत्मरतिर् एव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानव आत्मनि एव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते. But for one who takes pleasure in the self, whose human life is one of self-realization, and who is satisfied in the self only, fully satiated, for him, there is no duty. इसका मतलब क्या है? The one who has understood all this, ये पूरा चक्कर जिसको समझ में आ गया, क्या चक्कर है? I have to satisfy the devatas. If devatas will be happy, I will get things. Then I'll be happy. And actually, devatas are trying to make me a devotee. So why don't I become a devotee? For a person who becomes a devotee, who becomes satisfied in the self, he understood I am the soul, I am not this body, and I have become a devotee. That person doesn't have to satisfy any devata. You understand? A devotee doesn't have to satisfy any devata. It's already done. Because why are devatas doing all this? To make you a devotee. If you become a devotee, automatically you don't have to satisfy any devatas. Not that you don't have to satisfy devatas. We are not devotees yet. But when you become a devotee, when you become a pure devotee of God, you don't have to do any extra worship of any devata. समझ रहे? You don't have to do. I'm not saying you should not do. You don't have to do. They will not feel bad. For example, if you are a Krishna devotee, you are serving Krishna, and in that whole process, you did not celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi, Ganeshji will not feel bad. Because he is already worshipping Krishna. He is worshipping my beloved Lord. He is already happy. Shivji will not be angry if you don't do some Shivlinga puja or you don't go to Jyotirlinga. He will not feel angry. Because you are already a devotee. When you become a devotee of Narayan, you don't have to satisfy any devata. All the devatas are already happy. That's why at the end of all yajnas, what do you say? Sarvam Krishna Arpanamas. मतलब क्या? सब कुछ आप अर्पण. Who's अर्पण? Krishna. Any devata you do, any puja, ultimately it has to end with Sarvam Krishna Arpanamas. If Krishna is happy, you don't have to satisfy any devata. But that is only applicable for devotees. You should be a surrendered devotee. Then you don't have to worry about anything. If you are not totally surrendered, then you also do what is given in the Vedas for the devatas. And you also try to become a devotee of Krishna. But what is the easiest path? Satisfying Krishna or satisfying all the devatas? Satisfying Krishna. That's easy. So intelligent person will become a devotee. He will not try to do shopping of this Monday one devata, Tuesday one devata, Thursday one. Are bhul gaya, are baap re, mar gaya. You will not think all that, right? You will just fix Monday to Sunday, Sunday to Saturday, Krishna only. Khatam. All devatas are happy. You all understanding? It's not against devatas. अब प्रभु जी मैं कृष्ण का भक्त बन गया तो मैं ग्राम देवता, कुल देवता, इष्ट देवता अभी हमको नहीं चाहिए. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. When if you go in front of Ganesh ji, you should pay obeisances. When you go in front of Lord Shiva, you should pay obeisances. When you go in front of Grama Devata, Kula Devata, you should pay obeisances. But what you should tell them? Please make me a devotee. Then they will be happy. ठीक है. अब पूरा करने की जरूरत नहीं है. है कि नहीं? You don't have to do anything more. You're already in the right path. So you're all set. Everybody understood? So this is the meaning. Text 18. Naivatasya kritenartho nakritneha kaschana न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिद् अर्थ व्यपाश्रता कश्चिद् अर्थ व्यपाश्रया. A self-realized man has no purpose to fulfill in the discharge of his prescribed duties, nor has he any reason not to perform such work, nor has he any need to depend on any other living being. So what is Krishna telling here? When you become a selfless devotee, when you become a devotee, you don't need to perform any of the other duties. But you don't need to say also that I don't need to perform. For example, you become a devotee. Now I don't need to take care of my wife. No, you have to take care of your wife. You have to take care of your children. You have to take care of your parents. You have to take care of everybody. But you are not obliged to. You're not obliged. But still you will take care. That's a devotee's heart. That's a devotee's heart. He will not get away from his responsibilities. But Krishna is telling, if he becomes a devotee, he doesn't need to. If he could not, Krishna will take care. If he could not, Krishna will take care. But anyway, the devotee also will not give that job to Krishna. Devotees don't want to give work to God. Devotees want to work for God. Right? Devotees don't want to give work for God. Krishna, I'm a devotee now, tum dekh lo abhi. Nahin, aisa nahi hota. I don't want to give any work to Krishna. I will do my work. And Krishna is telling, Bhaiya, even if you don't do, I'll take care. It's a beautiful reciprocation between God and a devotee. Samajh gaye?
But Prabhuji, ideally, a devotee should also take care of his prescribed duties, right?
Of course, he has to. Right? That's what he's saying. He will not go away from his prescribed duty. But Krishna is telling, even if you don't worry. You're not obliged to.
Even if you don't intentionally or you're not able to. Like,
You're not able to.
not able to.
For whatever reason you're not able to. It's okay, I'll take care. मैं देख लूंगा. Provided you become a devotee. जैसे अभी प्रभु जी ने पूछा, प्रभु जी अगर हमारे बच्चे नहीं आ रहे, आप डिवोटी बन जाओ. अब ऐसे डिवोटी बन जाओ कि कृष्णा ही आगे बोले आप टेंशन मत लो, मैं देख लूंगा आपके बच्चों को. So that duty is also relieved. Right? But becoming a devotee, you will not leave your children anyways. You will also try to make them a devotee until you are there. Hai? So formula is very simple. If you become a devotee, you have no debt on anybody in this planet. No devata you are debtful. Right? For example, when Prahlad Maharaj, you know the Narsingha Leela, right? Prahlad Narsingha. When Hiranyakashipu was killed, and Narsingh Dev asked Prahlad Maharaj, what do you want? Ask me something. Prahlad Maharaj told, I am not doing business here, Supreme Lord. मैं धंधा नहीं कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. That you do something, I do something for you, and you have to give me something. I have not done any business here. I am your devotee. I am chanting your name, and I am completely satisfied with that only. Then Narsingh Dev says, ऐसा नहीं. You have to ask me something. I want to give you something. I am God. You are a devotee. I want to give you something. Prahlad says, no. I am your devotee. Why should I ask something? Then Narsingh Dev says, मेरे satisfaction के तो पूछ ले यार. At least for my satisfaction, ask something. मेरे को कुछ देना है. For my satisfaction, ask something. Then Prahlad says, okay, then why don't you deliver my father? My father was a very bad person, but he was still my father. So deliver him. Then Narsingh Dev says, Prahlad, you should ask something else. Because you are a devotee, not only your father, 21 generations in 3 directions, everybody is already delivered. You don't even need to ask whether your father is delivered. Because you are a devotee, your father is automatically delivered. If one of you becomes a Krishna conscious devotee in your family, your ancestors are automatically delivered. They may not like ये क्या कर रहा भक्ति मुक्ति, लेकिन without their knowledge they are delivered. You know what I'm saying? That is the beauty of a devotee. भक्त का इतना important स्थान है कि वो एक भक्त बनेगा, पूरे खानदान को वापस लेके जाएगा. पूरे खानदान को. कितने generations? 21 generations. इतना क्रेडिट मिलता है. लेकिन एक भक्त बनने के लिए, है ना? हाँ. So we'll go to the next shloka. 19. तस्माद् अशक्त सततम् कार्यं कर्म समाचर अशक्तो हि अचरन् कर्म परम आप्नोति पुरुष. Therefore, without being attached to the fruits of activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the supreme. So he's saying, therefore, without being attached to the fruits of duty, one should act as a matter of duty. So don't have attachment on the result also. Like just now we discussed, what if my children don't become a devotee? Have you tried your part? मैंने ट्राई किया नहीं किया? किया. वो बनेगा नहीं बनेगा तुम्हारे हाथ में नहीं है. तुम्हारे तरफ से ट्राई करो. कब तक करना है? अपनी आखिरी सांस तक. उसकी आखिरी सांस है अपने अंदर, है कि नहीं? Then leave it to God. बस उसके बाद छोड़ देने. Yes, then whether you have to become a devotee.
Then in that case, is there no need to try for that?
You will automatically try for that. When you become a devotee, can you see your son not being a devotee?
That's obvious.
Obviously, you'll do it. A devotee is paradukha dukhi. A devotee is paradukha dukhi. He cannot see anybody in dukh. Anybody. Whether he is a devotee or a not devotee, he cannot see. He'll immediately go and tell her, Prabhuji, can you please come for a class? Can you please hear Bhagavad Gita? Because he sees his suffering. Why will you not do that for your own children? You'll also do for your children. Your parents also will do. Paradukha dukhi. He cannot stop. A devotee cannot stop. He will, without your knowledge, you'll go and tell 10 people, Prabhuji, आओ, prasad खा लो, इधर आओ, सुबह शाम में कुछ भी हो, आते रहो. You'll keep doing that, because you are so much in love with God that you want to give it to everyone. You want to give it to everyone. है कि नहीं? God is so beautiful, you can't keep it with yourself. Krishna is so beautiful. If I give you a diamond, will you keep in your pocket and move? दिखाओगे ना? देखो मेरे पास क्या है. What to speak of diamond? God. When you have Krishna with you, you think you'll only keep to Krishna in yourself like this? No. You will go and give Krishna to everybody because Krishna is so attractive. You can't keep it himself with you. But here he's saying that work without attachment of results. That's all you should do. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim astita janakadaya loka sangraham evapi sampasyan kartum arhasi. Kings such as Janaka attained perfection solely by performance of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work. He's motivating Arjun. Arey Arjun, utha, Gandhi utha. Just to perform your prescribed duty, fight. Kings like Janaka, just by performing the prescribed duty, they got delivered. Who is Janaka? Father of Mother Sita. Did Janaka do any big tapasya? Have you heard Janaka doing tapasya in some mountain? No. Was Janaka the greatest warrior? No. Janaka was a perfect king. He was just a perfect king. He had a daughter and he nicely married his daughter to the perfect king. Right? And he performed and he lived a life as a devotee of Narayan. And he went back to Narayan. As simple as that. Krishna is giving an example. Krishna knows we'll ask for examples. So in Bhagavad Gita, to Arjuna is giving example. Hey Arjun, Janaka performed his prescribed duty and he went back. Tu bhi apna war karna. You are a Kshatriya, do your war. Be like Janaka, you will go back. Right? You will not be having any ill effects. Now this one, circle this shloka. You all should learn this shloka. Right? 3:2:1, third chapter, 21. 3:2:1, easy to remember, no? 3:2:1, 3.21. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tattad evataro jana sayat pranamam kurute lokastad anuvartate. We'll read once more. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tattad evataro jana sayat pranamam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. How many agree with this? Huh? अब आप प्रभु जी आप तीनों very seniors and Prabhu ji also has come. You are setting a great example for whole community, no? है कि नहीं? आप लोग आ रहे हैं, आप गीता सीख रहे हैं, डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. So you have raised the bar here. So whatever action a great man performs, common men, we need leaders. We need leaders. Whatever youngsters who have come here, right? You are coming here and you are setting the bar high. That at this age I want to learn Bhagavad Gita. These are leaders. And whatever action a leader performs, common men follow. It's very simple. And whatever great exemplary acts they do, common men also want to do that. Simple shloka, na? I use this shloka in my office whenever I have to speak about leadership. Right? If you want to change, you should first change. Okay? Even Mahatma Gandhi told, become the change that you want to see in the world. Become the change that you want to see in the world. See, one boy, he had tooth pain. His mother took him to a dentist. Dentist looked at his tooth and he said, okay, bring him after 2 weeks. Huh? Hurry? Why you bring him after 2 weeks? You can treat him right now. No. Bring him after 2 weeks. He's in pain. No, bring him after 2 weeks. Mother didn't understand what's going on. She brought the child after 2 weeks. He again looked at the teeth and said, 1 more week. Hurry? Your treatment करेगा नहीं करेगा? वो मर रहा है वो पेन के साथ. नहीं 1 हफ्ते के बाद. Then after 1 week, the mother again brought. There was no other dentist there, so she brought that child there. Huh? And again, doctor is looking. Mother is seeing. अभी क्या बोलेगा? Okay, I am telling the solution. उसको chocolate खाना बंद कराओ. अरे ये तुम 3 हफ्ता पहले भी बोल सकते थे. नहीं मैं भी खा रहा हूँ ना. पहले मुझे बंद करना है. Only when I can stop, I can suggest somebody, ना? है कि नहीं? So doctor himself is addict of chocolate. So he waited 3 weeks to get rid of that addiction. Then he is telling his patient, भैया chocolate खाना अच्छा नहीं है. Because patient के ना तू खाता है मुझे नहीं खाने देता. समझ में आएगा? हाँ? तो a great leader, a leader means who? आचराती. आचरण से जो सिखाते हैं उसको आचार्य बोलते हैं. Anybody cannot keep his name as Acharya, right? Acharya means the one who teaches with his own example. He is called Acharya. ऐसे ही बैठ के बोलना नहीं. Is he following it or no? मेरे तरफ मत देखो. I'm not any Acharya. लेकिन we should try to, live up to our words. We should try our best. So a great leader, yet Acharat is Shreshthas. Shreshta means greatest. The greatest people, when they do the greatest things, automatically the common men follow. In your family, whichever family you are in, it's North Indian, South Indian, Kurana, Rao, Tumma, Kamma, Jimma, whatever, Reddy, whatever you are coming from, you are the leaders now. You have started learning Bhagavad Gita, so you are leaders. Looking at you, your all other family members should also will follow. If you genuinely finish Bhagavad Gita, you will see that they'll be impressed. Hey, you learned entire Bhagavad Gita, I'll also come. Now you come. Make it. Jai. Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the 3 planetary systems. Nor am I in want of anything, nor have I a need to obtain anything. And yet, I am engaged in the prescribed duties. Lord Krishna is telling, I have nothing to do anything. I am Atmaram. I don't need this war. I don't need this Mahabharata war. I don't have to do all these things. But still, I am doing my prescribed duty as God. Because I have to set an example. No? Everybody will follow my example. Lord Ram came as Maryada Purushottam Ram. So any king on the planet for the time of eternity If he wants to have a manual how to be a king, he can simply go and read Ramayana. Then he'll understand who is king. Okay? So even God performs his duty. Though he doesn't need to. God doesn't have to perform anything. He's a creator. He's coming, everything is coming from him. What duty he has to perform? But he will also still perform his duty. For example, a retired person in the house will also get up in the morning, will also do his worship, will have his breakfast on time, and will behave perfectly normal. Why? Grandson will look at him, na? Even though you don't have to go to office. You're retired, you don't have to go to office. You don't have to get up in the morning. आप 11 बजे भी उठ सकते हो. नहीं. I will get up early in the morning. Because my grandson will look at me and he will learn. How many agree with this? Every time we do something, we guide somebody. We set an example. For everything, we set an example. Whatever, how we eat, what we do, everything we set an example. So, it's a very important responsibility we carry. Text 23. यदि हि अहम न वर्तेयम जातु कर्मणि अतंद्रिता मम वर्तमान वर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः. For if I ever failed to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Partha, certainly all men would follow my path. Clearly telling how important is Karma Yoga. How important is Karma Yoga is saying, O Partha, I am also performing my Karma Yoga. I am sitting as a charioteer in front of you. I am performing my duty. You are the warrior on the chariot. You perform your duty. Was Krishna a perfect charioteer? How do you say he was a perfect charioteer? Huh? Because Arjuna didn't die.
He used to clean the horses every day after the war.
How many of you know? First, who is to get up, Arjuna or Krishna? Krishna. Why? Krishna has a lot of work. He has to feed the horses. He has to clean the horses. He has to massage the horses. He has to tie them to the big chariot, and he has to come in front of Arjuna's flat. Ting, 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 my gate. He has to say. Arjuna has to approve the my gate. You can come inside. And then Arjuna will come out and stand in the chariot. Okay, Krishna, now let's go. He was a perfect charioteer. It's not like, I'm God, I'll only drive, remaining else I'll give to somebody else. No. Are you all following? He was a perfect driver. If Arjuna would say, go this side, he'll go that side. If Arjuna will say, go this side, he'll go this side. It's not like, Arjuna, why are you telling me all the time left side only? I'll go right side. No. Wherever Arjuna says, Krishna has to go. Perfect driver. On time. Did you ever have such kind of driver? You never have. Krishna was a perfect driver. Whatever Krishna does is excellent. Whatever he does. He becomes a lover, he is the best lover. He becomes a warrior, he is the worst warrior. You can't imagine. Worst means he is like the most strongest warrior. He becomes a driver, he is the best driver. He becomes a son, he is the best son. He becomes a king, he is the best king. Dwarkadish Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Everything. He becomes a person who runs away from the fight. Best runner. Ranchod Rai. He got a name, Ranchod Rai. वो छोड़ के भागने के लिए भी उसको वर्शिप करते हैं वहां पे, है कि नहीं? If somebody leaves his war ground and runs away, what is that fellow called? Coward. But what is Krishna called? Ranchod Rai Bhagwan की जय. कीर्तन गा रहे हैं पे Ranchod Rai Bhagwan. ये क्या हो रहा है? Because he does it so beautifully. Krishna does it so beautifully that he is worshipped for that. Krishna appears like a pig and is worshipped as Varahadev. Right? Krishna appears as a fish. He is worshipped as Matsyadev. Krishna appears like a tortoise. Tortoise is beautiful? No. Kurmadev. Anything he appears, he is the best. He's the best. That is why he's God. है कि नहीं? So here he's saying, for if I ever fail to engage in carefully performing the prescribed duties, O Partha, certainly all men would follow my path. So it's very important that he sets the right example. Utsidyur ime loka न कुर्याम कर्म चेदहम शंकरस्य च कर्तास्याम उपहन्याम इमा प्रजा. If I did not perform prescribed duties, all these worlds would be put into ruination. I would be the cause of creating unwanted population. And therefore, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. Right? So he's saying, if I don't perform my prescribed duties properly, if I don't show all the other people how to lead a life, then they will lead a life only for sense gratification. They will have children without a reason. Unwanted population. Right? An unwanted population will remove peace out of the planet. So important, no? Krishe say, what does it mean by unwanted population? Should I give a heavy answer or light answer? आपको heavy अच्छा लगता है? बताओ, unwanted population क्या है? Light answer. जो धर्म नहीं समझता. Heavy answer, जो सत्संग को नहीं आता. Simple, unwanted population. What is the use of your birth? You're unwanted population. है कि नहीं? You don't know why you have taken birth. You don't know what is the purpose of your life. You will create a havoc in the society. है कि नहीं? Tell me, if you have an office, will you ever keep a person who doesn't have a job description? You understand the question? उसका roles and responsibilities बताई बिना किसी को आप ऑफिस में रखते हो क्या? हाँ? रखोगे तो क्या करेगा वो बताओ मैं. If you keep somebody without any roles and responsibilities, तो क्या करेगा बताओ? जो काम कर रहा है उसको भी डिस्टर्ब करेगा. है कि नहीं? Do you all agree with this? Yes. So this is called an unwanted employee. See, unwanted employee is a person who doesn't know his roles and responsibilities in the organization. Do you all agree or no? So is unwanted population who doesn't know why he has taken birth in this material world. What will he do? People who are trying to follow the path of Sanatan Dharma, he will try to go and create obstacle. What he will tell him create obstacle? पूजा करने से क्या मिलता है? इससे अच्छा जाओ कोई गरीब लोगों को खाना खिलाओ. पूजा करने से क्या मिलता है? भगवद गीता पढ़ने की क्या जरूरत है? कुरान भी पढ़ो, बाइबल भी पढ़ो. पूजा करने से क्या मिलता है? ऐसे लोगों को देखा है आपने कहीं पे? आपके बाजू वाला फ्लैट वाला वही है, देखो 99% वही है, अनवांटेड पॉपुलेशन. उसको कुछ नहीं मालूम है क्यों पैदा हुआ वो. भगवद गीता में क्या है वो नहीं जानता है, और जो पढ़ रहा है उसको पढ़ने भी नहीं देगा. यहां तक आएगा दीवार के पीछे से देखेगा ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, जाके कम्युनिटी में कंप्लेन करेगा इन लोगों को दिया किसने ये प्लेस. समझ रहे हो? अनवांटेड पॉपुलेशन होता है. और आजकल बहुत रहते हैं, आजकल बहुत. ये कलयुग है ना, सत्ययुग में नहीं मिलेंगे आपको. सत्ययुग में पूरे 599 फ्लैट्स यहाँ बैठेंगे. कितने फ्लैट है यहाँ पे? 650. सो 649 फ्लैट्स यहाँ पे बैठेंगे और एक वहां पे बैठेगा, उसका नाम हिरण्यकशिपु है. समझे? कलयुग में क्या होता है? पूरे 650 फ्लैट में एक प्रहलाद यहाँ बैठेगा, पूरे हिरण्यकशिपु फ्लैट में सो रहे. सच्ची बात बोल रहा हूँ.
Feeding the poor people, is it a bad? No, right? So how can we decide? I mean,
Are we feeding poor people?
no, but in general,
हाँ. But you can feed poor people, but what has that got to do with learning Bhagavad Gita?
So just
Nothing, right?
yeah, just now he
You know what these people will do? They'll tell Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. Like this they'll tell. So Madhav Seva नहीं करना है. ये Madhav Seva है ना. Understanding what Madhav has told. ये नहीं करना है, सिर्फ वही करना है. किसके लिए करना है? पॉपुलैरिटी के लिए करना है. हम लोग कहीं डालते हैं क्या? पेपर में डाले हम लोग हर हफ्ता 50 लोगों को खाना खिलाते हैं. ये लिखा है हम लोगों ने. कम्युनिटी में पब्लिश करते हैं हम लोग कि वी आर गिविंग फ्री फूड टू ऑल द. डू वी पब्लिश? नो, इट इज देयर इन आवर नेचर. यहाँ पे आप सभी लोग बैठे हैं. सो मेनी ऑफ यू आर देयर. एवरीबॉडी इज गिविंग समथिंग फॉर एज ए कंट्रीब्यूशन फॉर दिस. हैव यू टोल्ड, हाउ मेनी पीपल यू हैव टोल्ड दैट यू आर गिविंग? किसी को बोला है? नहीं, क्योंकि हम लोग भगवान के लिए करते हैं. जो भगवान के लिए करता है वो ऐसे भी अन्नदान करता है, उसको बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन जो भगवान के लिए नहीं करता है, तो पीपल हु डोंट डू फॉर गॉड कैन नॉट डू इट ऑल द टाइम. एक बार करेंगे बस जाके बैठ जाएंगे. लेकिन मंदिर में जो अन्नदान होता है वो हमेशा होता है. philanthropist people, only when a flood comes they will go and do annadan. But temples do annadan when a flood comes and even when the flood does not come. इसलिए माधव सेवा is मानव सेवा. मानव सेवा is not माधव सेवा. समझ रहे हैं आप लोग? Everybody understood? When you become a devotee, automatically you will do all these things. You don't have to put extraordinary effort. Did you follow? I'm not against Manav Seva. I'm saying Manav Seva will happen. Why Manav Seva? Even Chidiya Seva, even Janwar Seva, everything will happen. If you become a Madhava Seva. You understand that everything comes from God. Yeah. So without any more confusion, so he's saying that unwanted population will be created if I don't set a good example. Krishna is saying that I am setting a great example. Otherwise, unwanted population is created. 25. Sakta karmani avidvamsho. Shakta karmani avidvamsho. Yatha kuruvanti bharata. Kuryad vidvams tatha shaktas. Chikirshur loka sangraham. Chikirshur loka sangraham. As the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results, the learned may similarly act, but without attachment, for the sake of leading people on the right path. So यहाँ क्या बता रहे? Very important thing is saying, devotees also go and do jobs outside. Devotees also go and do business outside. Devotees also take care of their family. They don't need to, but they'll still do. They'll still do. Huh?
That is their karma.
That is to set a right example. To set a right example. On one side, Krishna is telling a devotee, hey, you don't need to do anything. You become a devotee. You have no other obligation. But what is devotee doing? No, Krishna, I will still do my duty because I want to set a right example. Arjuna is a devotee of Krishna. He doesn't need to do the work. But he is asking him to do because to set a right example. To set a right example. Very important. आजकल ना लोग साधु स्पिरिचुअलिटी में आते पूरा कर्म पूरा सब छोड़ के मतलब आई लीव माय फैमिली एंड गो आई गो टू हिमालयास. कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. जहां पे हो वो काम करो, be detached with it and become a devotee of Krishna. That is far better. So there are two big misconceptions about spirituality in India. In India especially, two big misconceptions. One, the people who come to spirituality will leave their duties. Second, only old people should come. है? ये दो बड़े misconceptions है, and both are wrong. Young people should come and everybody should come to spirituality. Not when you're old. If you're old also it's good, but when you're young you should pakka come. Number two, because you have come to spirituality, you should not leave any duties, you should become more responsible. If you are a devotee and a project is going on in your office, and just before the deadline you say, मेरे को इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, मैं रिनाउंस दूं अभी, right? मैं आत्माराम हूं, मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, I am not this body, so this project is not mine. है कि नहीं? That's nonsense. If you are an employee, you should be the best employee, right? You should be most responsible employee in your office, so that other people should look at you and say, hey, very nice, this person is chanting also, this person is a good employee also, this person is very responsible also, so he is a great devotee. Yad yad acharati shrestha tat tad evataro jana sayat pranamam kurte lokastadan vartade. That is how he sets a great example. समझ रहे? Yeah. Did we say that? हाँ. न बुद्धि भेदम जनयेत् अज्ञानम कर्म संगिनम जोषयेत् सर्व कर्माणि विद्वां युक्त समाचरण. So, as not to disrupt the minds of ignorant men attached to the fruitive results of prescribed duties, a learned person should not induce them to stop work. Rather, by working in the spirit of devotion, he should engage them in all sorts of activities for the gradual development of Krishna consciousness. Now he's telling how to engage other people. You say ignorant people, they are behind fruitive work. Meaning, I'm doing this, I should get this. I'm doing this, there are a lot of people who are working like this. You are coming to satsang. What should you go and tell them? Hey, sab band kar. ऐसा काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है. No, you should not do that. You should not go and tell people stop working. Instead, you should tell them use your work in Krishna's service. Sorry? How you should guide people? Ignorant people. Ignorant people. You are not ignorant. You are already coming to satsang. You started learning. That's good. You are one level above. But people who are not coming to satsang, who are only working, like cats and dogs, they are working in different companies. What you should go and tell them? You work because you ask them to come here, they'll not come. Then what do you tell? Okay, you work, but try to use the money that you get in Krishna's service. Donate something for temple. Donate something for Shastra Dana. Donate something for Annadana. So, or come and do some seva. You don't need to give money. Come here, don't hear the class. Exactly Prasadam time, come, have Prasad. Or come here, stand and distribute Prasad. Do some service. So you are not stopping them, you are engaging them. Krishna is telling so nicely. He is also telling what we should do. समझ रहे हैं सभी लोग? Krishna is covering all angles in Karma Yoga. Right? Work without any expectation. And if you want to guide others, don't stop them from working. Instead, engage them in Krishna conscious activities for gradual development. ठीक है? For example, husband is coming. Wife is not interested. What the husband has to do? Okay, do a thing. You don't want to come, na? Make nice buttermilk for all the devotees, na? I'm going, so make buttermilk. So I will go and give them. Right? Or you can bring the buttermilk and you only give to everyone. So the wife will be, acha, I'll do that. That I'm interested. I don't like that Prabhuji speaking. Something he speaks. But I want to give buttermilk. Okay, come and give buttermilk. That means slowly, gradually, you are engaging them in some service. Gradual development. Samajh? I'm not asking buttermilk. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankaram vimhudatma kartaham iti manyate. The spirit soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by the three modes of material nature. Now, this is a very technical verse. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vibhudatma kartaham iti manyate. Here Krishna is saying, Bhaiya, by the way, whatever you are doing, don't think you are doing. You are being used to do. तुम्हारे साथ कोई करवा रहा है, right? Who is doing it? Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. There are always three choices in front of us. So if somebody is doing something, doesn't mean he is the only person responsible for doing that. Somebody is inducing him to do it also. For example, now is a perfect time for what? Maybe a candle light, maybe a nice table, right? A person in Tamogun will think what? Maybe a glass of beer, one chicken tangdi kebab, right? Person in Rajogun will think what? Full tangdi kebab for me only, right? Person in Sattvagun will think what? No, I will sit here and just spend some time with my family, right? Person in Shuddha Sattva will think what? I think I'll spend time with family and also tell some nice things I learned in Bhagavad Gita. Bhakti. So all three people have three choices right now. Right? So a person in Sattva will do something, person in Rajoguna will do something, person in Tamoguna will do something. All three are available. Like if you have a radio, channel 187.2 FM, उसमें गाना है मेरे सपनों की चालू होगा वहां पे, है कि नहीं? Then go a little 86 point something or 89 point something, light, some not light, rock musical, all that music will come, right? And you go to one more channel, nice bhajans will come, right? So all the three channels are available. Your life is dependent on what channel you choose. Again, if you are in Tamoguna, you will go to the full that rock music will keep. If you are in Rajoguna, mode of passion, you will keep that Kishore Kumar song. If you are in Sattvaguna, you will go and hear a bhajan. If you are in Shuddha Sattva, you will hear a Bhagavad Gita lecture. All four channels are there. अभी भी आपके टीवी में सारे चारों चैनल है. The one you tune to is what you will do. Krishna is telling that's what. Oh Murkh, Ahankara Vimudatma, you are thinking that you are the Karta. You are not the Karta. You are influenced by the choices. आप समझ रहे हैं क्या बोल रहे हैं कृष्ण? You are influenced by the choices. सब कुछ तू नहीं कर रहा है, तू ही कर रहा है, लेकिन तेरे को कौन इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहा है? मोड्स ऑफ इंडियन से एक आदमी है, उसको खाना बहुत पसंद है, बहुत उसको खाना पसंद है, उसको likes to eat a lot. But today he decided I will go to Bhagavad Gita class. Right? He did everything right. घर में पूरा तैयार हो गया, पूरा Bhagavad Gita पकड़ लिया, लिफ्ट में नीचे आया. And as soon as he came on, a lift door opened, and when his friend came in the front, गुलाब जामुन खाओगे? खाएंगे, चलो घर चलो. यहां तक आके उधर चला गया. है कि नहीं? That choice came, no? Because he likes to eat, that choice came in front of him. But the person who can control his tongue, he will come till there, the choice will come in front of him. गुलाब जामुन खाओगे? कल खाएंगे, अभी क्लास पे जाना है. समझ रहे? He could make that decision. But he can do that because he can control his mind. He can control his mind. So a self-realized person, spiritual person can control his mind and not become subjugated to these three modes. All the three modes are dangerous. Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun. All the three are dangerous. They will keep you in some kind of, engagement, but not bhakti. Sattvagun is very good, but that is also dangerous. Right? It will not take you towards bhakti. It will stop you there only because you are very happy like that. प्रभु जी आप एक बार कल सुबह क्लास में नहीं प्रभु हम विष्णु सहस्त्रनाम पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है पढ़िए प्रभु जी. उसके बाद नहीं हम लोग उसके बाद सत्यनारायण व्रतम करेंगे. प्रभु जी उसके बाद थोड़ा भगवद गीता नहीं उसके बाद हम चंडी होम करेंगे. प्रभु जी थोड़ा भगवद गीता नहीं उसके बाद हम छोड़ो प्रभु जी रहने दो. करते रहो जलाते रहो घर को. है कि नहीं? They don't want bhakti. They only want mukti. They want to be relieved. They are very happy. Sattvagun people, this is the problem. They'll do all the things, but they don't know why. Why they are doing, they don't know. They just do it to be satisfied. They'll do it for satisfaction. And they are satisfied then. They are not worried about God's satisfaction. They are worried about their satisfaction. समझ रहे? So this is a big topic. What is Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamogun? But understand that all these three gunas are always making you do some things. ठीक है? Okay. So what is the time? हाँ? 7:10. ठीक है, थोड़ा और आगे चलें? चलेगा? थक गए? बहुत बोल दिया? आप बताइए. हाँ? ठीक है, थोड़ा और आगे चलते हैं. तत्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुण कर्म विभागयो गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्त इति मत्वा स सज्जते इति मत्वा न सज्जते. One who is in knowledge of the absolute truth, O mighty arm, does not engage himself in the senses and sense gratification, knowing well the differences between work in devotion and work for fruitive results. So यहाँ क्या कह रहे हैं? Lord Krishna is telling here that one who is self-realized, the one who understood Bhagavad Gita, the one who understood Karma Yoga, will not lead his life only to satisfy his senses. Because he knows if he tries to satisfy his senses, he has to come back here and again and take birth. Instead, he will lead a life to satisfy the senses of God. So, what does it mean to satisfy the senses of God? I like to sing. Singing is one of my sense gratification. I will sing bhajans. I like to travel. I will go to nice holy places. I like to smell. I will smell the flowers offered to God. I like to eat. I will eat prasadam. Right? I like to be in association of people. I will be in association of devotees. I will choose this sangha. Instead of that sangha, I will choose this sangha. So, you are using your senses for the satisfaction of God's senses. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam, Bhakti Ruchate. सबको समझ में आया? Huh? Simple. Actually, you all can lead a spiritual life, provided you choose a different choice. Your senses still will be happy. Did anybody have many complaints on the prasadam that comes here? हाँ? ठीक है ना? चलेगा ना? ऐसे खा के जी सकते हैं ना? जियो फिर. है कि नहीं? ऐसे प्रसाद खाओ, रोज प्रसाद खाओ, सुबह खाओ, दोपहर में खाओ, शाम में खाओ, प्रसाद खाओ. When you have prasad, what will happen? Krishna is very happy because what he has tasted is coming into your stomach. जब प्रसाद खाएंगे अपने आप अपना consciousness change होगा. You eat prasadam, I'm telling you. You eat only prasadam for 6 months, you will be a different person. आप अलग ही आदमी बन जाओगे just by eating prasadam. Because eating changes your, not only your body, your consciousness also. 29. Next, Krishna is telling. Prakriter guna sammudha sajante guna karmashu tan akritsna vidho mandam tan akritsna vidho mandan kritsna vinna vichalayet kritsna vinna vichalayet. Bewildered by the modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engage themselves in material activities and become attached. But the wise should not unsettle them. Although these duties are inferior due to the performer's lack of knowledge. So here Lord Krishna is telling, some people will perform meaningless work, but you don't go and ask them to stop work. You don't go and ask them to stop work. Let them do what they are doing, but engage them somehow in Krishna conscious activities. Same thing what he told previously. They are bewildered by the modes of material nature. Sataguna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna, they are bewildered. Right? It might also look meaningless work, but that's okay. They are doing what they are supposed to do. Engage them in Krishna consciousness. Somehow or the other. Don't unsettle them. If you unsettle them, पागल हो जाएगा. ठीक है? पागल को पागल hospital में रखो. Treatment दो. Right? When he's doing something like that, when he's busy, okay, that's okay. Let him be busy. But somehow engage him in Krishna consciousness. What you can do? You can take prasad from here. We always order more prasad. Why? Because there is somebody in your house who doesn't want to come. So what you should do? You eat your prasad, you take a plate of prasad for him. If you take that plate of prasad for him, I can guarantee in 3 months he will come here and sit. He or she will come here and sit. You don't have that faith, I have that faith. I always tell, take a plate of prasad. Take it to your home. Even though they have had their dinner, that's okay. Go give it. They will have little prasad, but they'll become a devotee. Lot of people did that. Lot of devotees did that. And their whole family became devotee. Just by taking prasad to the house. करेंगे कोई यहाँ पे? हाँ? लेके जाएंगे 2-2 प्लेट? पक्का? हाँ या ना? प्लीज लेके जाओ. बिकॉज वो काम करेगा. जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ इस्कॉन से इस्कॉन में निकल जाएगा. है कि नहीं? लेकिन जो आप लेके जा रहे हो इधर से अंदर जाएगा. अंदर जाके वो प्रसाद अपने मन को चेंज करेगा. इसीलिए तो हर टेंपल में प्रसाद दिया जाता है. क्यों दिया जाता है? वेजिटेरियन होटल है? नो, टेंपल्स आर नॉट वेजिटेरियन होटल्स. दैट प्रसाद इज द ब्लेसिंग ऑफ गॉड. If you have that prasad, your consciousness will change. You should have that faith. Even if you don't have that faith, still just eat prasad and you will change. Just by eating prasad, you will change. 30. Mai sarmani karmani sanyasya dhyatma chetasa निरासिर निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्य विगत ज्वरा युध्यस्व विगत जरा. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works onto me with full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. He is telling, abhi pura samajh gaya na? You understood everything? You have to do your duty. To set a right example, you have to do your duty. Because you have that nature, you have to do that duty. Right? And if you don't do that duty, other people will be misguided. So he has given all the principles of Karma Yoga, and he also told, do it without any expectations. Do it for my satisfaction. Now you do your duty. So he is kind of ending the Karma Yoga chapter at this point. Almost ending the Karma Yoga chapter. That Karma Yoga should be done for God's satisfaction without any expectation. As a matter of duty, do it. Right? Now let us see what will happen next. Ye me matam idam nityam अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानव श्रद्धावन्तो अनसूयन्तो मुच्यन्ते ते अपि कर्मभि. Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions and who follow these teachings faithfully without envy become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. What does it mean by fruitive actions, bondage? I will do this, the benefit I will get, so I am attached to the benefit. Right? Every karma has a reaction. Every karma can have a good reaction, a bad reaction. If you get good reaction, you will go to Swarga. You will enjoy there and come back. If you get a bad reaction, you go to Naraka. You will suffer there and come back. But what is that action which will have no reaction? When you perform that action on behalf of God. No reaction. Akarma. Neither vikarma nor karma. Akarma. So here Krishna is telling, those persons who execute their duty according to my injunctions and to follow these teachings faithfully without envy become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. Meaning you will not have another birth. Automatically everything is burnt off. Just work on my behalf. If you work on my behalf, there is no bondage. Yatvi etad abhyasuyanto nanu tishtanti me matam सर्वज्ञान विमूढ़ांस्तान vidinashtan achetasa. But those who, out of envy, disregard these teachings and do not follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, befooled and ruined in their endeavors for perfection. Very directly is telling, the people who don't lead a life according to the principles of Bhagavad Gita are fools. Because even though they want perfection in their life, they will never get perfection in their life. They cannot be happy. वो आनंद पाना चाहते हैं. They are going on working. मेरे को आएगा. Happiness नहीं आएगा happiness. Because they are not working according to the specification of the manufacturer. See, Krishna has given this. He has manufactured this material world, and he's telling, if you be like this, you will be happy. You'll also come back to me. You have to be like this. Manufacturer is telling. But what are you doing? No, I will be like the way I want to be. Can you be happy? Builder has given a flat. He gave a balcony also. He said, when you have to sleep in the night, sleep in the bedroom. In the morning, you can do meditation in the balcony. I will do reverse. I will sleep in the balcony, do meditation in the bedroom. Will you find happiness? इधर मच्छर ट्रबल करेंगे, उधर बीवी ट्रबल करेंगे, है कि नहीं? So it's not going to work like that. You have to follow the instructions of the manufacturer. Then you will be in the house at the right time. You will be in the balcony at the right time. You will use the kitchen for the right reason. You will use the bathroom for the right reason. है कि नहीं? They will be peaceful in life. So Krishna is telling, please follow that. Otherwise, you will never be happy here. Sadrasham chestate swasya. Sadrasham chestate swasya. Prakritir jnanavan api. Prakritim yanti bhutani. Nigraha kim karishyati. Even a man of knowledge acts according to his own nature. For everyone follows the nature he is acquired from the three modes. What can repression accomplish? He is telling that, Bhaiya, you have a nature that God has given. Even a person with knowledge will use that nature only. You are getting knowledge, but you are telling that you will not fight. Your nature is to fight. You are a Kshatriya. You are supposed to fight. So fight. Don't behave like a Brahman. You understanding what Krishna is telling him? Even a person with knowledge, even though a Kshatriya gets knowledge, he doesn't become a Brahmana. Even though a Vaishya gets knowledge, he doesn't become a Brahmana. Vaishya will do Vaishya's work. Brahmana will do Brahmana work. Kshatriya will do Kshatriya work. So you are a Kshatriya. Even a man with knowledge will not change his profession. He will do the same according to your nature. Krishna is telling all of us actually. We all have a nature. Whatever nature which is influenced by the three modes, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, Sattva-guna, in that nature also you can become a devotee. By following the same nature. By following the same nature. For example, you like to be an actor. Prabhuji, how can I become a devotee becoming an actor? You can make devotional movies. Simple. You want to become an actor? Use it for Krishna's service. Right? You want to be an athlete. Prabhuji, how should I use athletics for Krishna's service? Win a gold medal. Then come and sit in a Bhagavad Gita class. Half the press will stand here. They will popularize Bhagavad Gita teachings. Some or the other you can use your talent in Krishna's service. I am very good in software engineering. Make an app for a temple. Or make an app for the satsang. Whenever the satsang time happens, it starts vibrating your phone. It will stop vibrating only when you come here. Can you make that app? I need it. You can use your every talent in Krishna's service. You can use every talent. That's what Krishna is telling here. Where, which sloka I read? 30? 33 finished. Yes. Indriyasarte Indriyasarte Ragadvesho Vyavastitau Indriyastyarte Ragadvesho Vyavastitau Tayornavasyam Agachet तौ हि अस्य प्रतिपन्तिनौ. There are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to the senses and their objects. One should not come under the control of such attachment and aversion, because they are stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. Very important thing Krishna is telling here. Don't be attached and don't be averse also. For example, Prabhuji, chai pina अच्छा है क्या? Chai pina बंद अच्छा नहीं है. So you stop drinking tea, but you're always thinking about tea. Anybody who is drinking tea, you'll go and tell that fellow, "Chhi, chai पी रहा है तू? शर्म नहीं आता तेरे को? चाय पी रहा है तू? शर्म नहीं आता?" That fellow, what is your problem? मैं पी रहा हूँ ना. So what exactly is happening here? You're still attached to tea. Your attachment is so much that you're going and abusing people when they're drinking tea. Right? So that is also very dangerous. Try to balance it. You stop it, but don't be attached to it. Don't be averse to it. Both aversion and attachment are two sides of the same coin. You are attached to it, you are averse to it. Both are of the same coin. Coin ऐसे गिरेगा, ऐसे गिरेगा. दोनों का मतलब ये है, you are still attached. Are you all following?
Yes.
Krishna is telling, rise above that. Don't be attached to, don't be too attached and don't be too averse also. Right? It's very important in spiritual life. Shreyan swadharmo viguna paradharmat svi anusthitat swadharme nidhanam shreya paradharmo bhayavaha. It is far better to discharge one's prescribed duties, even though faultily, than another's duty perfectly. Destruction in the course of performing one's own duty is better than engaging in another's duties. For to follow another's path is dangerous. What does it mean here? He's saying, if you are a Kshatriya, even though you don't be a best Kshatriya, still it is better to be a Kshatriya. If you are a Brahmana, even though you are not the best Brahmana, it's still better to be a Brahmana. But Brahmana, don't try to become a Kshatriya. By doing that, you will do more damage to the society and to yourself. You have a nature. All of you have a nature. Right? Somebody wants to be calm. Somebody wants to be very extrovert. Somebody wants to be introvert. Somebody wants to, go and tell about this to 10 people. Somebody who just wants to keep it to himself. Be in that nature. Don't try to become somebody you're not. When you try to become somebody you're not, you will do more damage. It's okay to do mistake in what you're doing. It's okay to do mistakes in what you're doing. But better do what you're doing. Are you understanding? It's a very important principle. According to your varna, be according to your varna. Be according to your nature. That's very, very important. Right? Hare Krishna. Now Arjuna is asking a question. Yes, first Arjuna is asking. Prabhuji is asking a question. Yes, Prabhuji.
Here Krishna is saying that performing another duties perfectly is also not good. Like you can do your duties. So if suppose I'm a Kshatriya and I can perform Brahmana duties perfectly, then why am I being constrained
Perfectly you are thinking that you are doing perfectly, but you cannot do that perfectly. Because you will not last in that for too long. You will do it for some time, then you will again stop. Arjuna can be a very Brahmanical person, only for some time. Suddenly somebody will come and trouble him, he'll immediately remove Gandhi. You understand it? A Brahmana also, he can tell, मैं तेरे को मार दूंगा, right? After some time, no, मैं मंत्र जपूंगा. He cannot do that for too long. Your nature is your nature, but you cannot do that for too long. So better to do your duty perfectly than trying to do somebody else's duty perfectly. And even if you do perfectly, it will not last for too long. Now Arjuna is asking a question, very important question is asking, right? On all our behalf, he is asking a question. After now, Krishna told about sense control. Krishna told about performing the duty perfectly. Your own duty now, Krishna. Arjuna is asking. Arjuna uvacha. Atha kena prayukto ayam. Papam charati purusha. Achinna api varshneya. Balad iva niyojita. Arjuna said, O descendant of Vrishni, by what is one impelled to sinfully act, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? Arjuna is asking, I want to lead a perfect life. I don't want to commit sins. I don't want to perform sense gratification. But what is that force, Krishna, which makes me do the sin, even though I don't want to do it? Even though I want to control my senses, something is pushing me to do it. What is that? How many have this question? If you're not lifting your hand, that means you didn't hear the question properly. समझ रहे हैं क्या बोल रहे हैं यहाँ पे? अर्जुन is asking, मैं पाप नहीं करना चाहता, but मुझसे पाप कराया जा रहा है. वो कौन सी शक्ति है जो मुझसे पाप कराने के लिए मेरे पीछे खड़ी है? I don't want to do something wrong, but still I am being forced to do. I want to control my senses. इतना चैप्टर पढ़ लिया, इतना श्लोक पढ़ लिया. I want to control my senses, but even if I want to control my senses, I'm not able to control my senses. Something is pushing me to not control my senses. Right? Now for that, Krishna is going to answer. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vidhi evam iha vairinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of the contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is all devouring sinful enemy of this world. Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhava. Lust only. What is the meaning of lust? I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy. That is the meaning of lust. I don't care about my partner. I don't care about my parents. I don't care about the society. I want to enjoy. That is lust. Well, lust not only means bodily activity. It means a mentality that you only want for your happiness. That is called as lust. समझ गए सभी लोग? Lust मतलब मेरे को इसमें क्या मिलेगा? Right? How am I going to enjoy? All the time you are thinking about your own enjoyment. God also is not needed. I'll go to Tirupati. I'll go to Tirupati Balaji also. But for what? My enjoyment. I will go to any holy place. But for what? My enjoyment. I'll go to God. I'll do Satyanarayana Vratam. For what? My enjoyment. Not for God's enjoyment. There is nobody else. Not even your son's enjoyment. Not even your daughter's enjoyment. Not even your wife's enjoyment. My enjoyment. Lust. That's called kama. Lust. Right? And that is there in everybody. Little percent is sitting in everybody. Right? But how does it take birth? This lust, where does it come from? When you contact with Rajoguna. Rajoguna means what? My enjoyment. Satvaguna means what? Everybody's enjoyment. Tamoguna means what? I will also not enjoy. I'll make sure you'll also not enjoy. मैं सुख नहीं रहूंगा, देख लूंगा कौन यहाँ पे सुख रहेगा. That tamoguna, right? Mode of ignorance. Rajoguna means what? Whether you enjoy or not, I have to enjoy. Satvaguna means what? We all will enjoy. Shuddha Sattva means what? God will enjoy. Simple as that. It's very easy, you can understand the three gunas. Right? When you are too much in contact with Rajoguna, you develop lust. And that lust, when it is not fulfilled, will turn into anger, wrath. Wrath, he's saying wrath. Wrath means implemented anger for destruction. You will create havoc in the society if your lust is not satisfied. You will make others' life miserable if your lust is not satisfied. You understand? It's very important. So he's saying, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world.
What is meant by being in contact with material passion?
You are making your choices based on passion. See, passion is always there. All the three modes are there all the time. Tamoguna is also there, Rajoguna is also there, Sattoguna is also there. What is the channel you are choosing in your radio? Passion, ignorance, or Sattva? What are you choosing? That will determine your happiness. Being in contact with passion means you are choosing passionate choices. And you constantly make passionate choices, then that passion will turn into lust. That I only want to enjoy. I only want to enjoy. Right? So you have free time with your family. For example, you have free time with your family. I can take them to a temple. I can take them to a restaurant. Or I'll do some nonsense activity with them. Tamoguna. If I take them to temple, I'll all the time be satisfied. They also will be satisfied. Never a problem will come. If I take them to hotel, restaurant all the time, after some time, I'll develop more and more taste on those dishes. After some time, I'll go without my family also. After some time, that restaurant is mine only. After some time, I'll not allow anybody to sit, me only. So, because you were in contact with the passion turned eventually into lust and then into wrath. So you had a choice. Whether I'll go to temple and have that nice puliyodara, little drone mein, or I will go to restaurant. Not a problem going to restaurant. But problem is if you go again and again, constant contact with passion will create lust. Then घर का खाना अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. होटल का ही खाना चाहिए. Then what will happen? You will distract yourself. Everybody understood? समझ में आया? Huh? We are almost there. Just two more verses. Should we finish this? So Lord Krishna is answering. Dhumena vritayate vahnir yatha darsho malena cha yathol bena vrito garbhas tatha tenedam avritam. As fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of this lust. So please hear attentively. Now lust is there. It is covering us, all of us, but in 3 degrees. Right? And Krishna is giving 3 examples. What is the first example? Fire covered by the dust, by the smoke. Fire covered by the smoke. That is nothing but human life. Human life. So if you move the smoke a little, you can see the fire. Okay? So you can apply your intelligence, put a little effort and try to move it. Second example. as the mirror is covered by dust. That's like animals, animal life. Animals, they can't remove, very difficult. Their intelligence is covered by dust, very difficult. Easier is smoke, you can remove smoke, right? And the third one is what? Embryo covered by the womb. He is completely helpless. He can't do anything, like a tree. Tree cannot do anything. It can't move itself. It can't do anything. It's completely standing there only. So Krishna is telling the lust is covering you in three ways. Like an embryo inside a womb, where you're totally helpless, or like an animalistic life, you can do but you cannot do much because you're covered with the dust, or like a human being, which means like a smoke on the fire. 3 degrees. So you can, since you are in human life, you can do something about lust. If you are in animal life, you cannot do anything about lust. Have you seen monkeys anytime? Lot of monkeys, right? Next time observe, the male monkey, every 5 minutes it is going and trying to have intercourse with the female monkey. Just, you don't have to, just see the monkeys. That fellow will get up, he'll go and find one female monkey. Then again he'll go, another female. Here. All the time is like that only. Meaning procreation. All the time. He's totally blind to what is happening. He can't do anything about it. But a human being can be more mindful. You understanding? So Krishna is telling there are 3 degrees of lust. Now what is he telling next? Avrutam jnanam etena jnanino nitya vairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpuri nanelena cha. Thus, the wise living entity's pure consciousness becomes covered by his eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied and which burns like fire. Right? It burns like... So even an eternal living entity like soul, his consciousness is covered by lust and it always burns like fire. It is possible. All of us are burning in fire because we are not able to control that lust. We have to remove that enjoying tendency. By doing what? By doing for the enjoyment of God. See, I'm not telling don't enjoy. I'm not telling don't enjoy. I'm saying enjoy in such a way that God also enjoys. Okay? I gave you some examples, right? Smelling the flowers offered to God, eating prasadam that is offered to God, dancing in kirtan of God. By doing so, God is also enjoying, you will also enjoy. But if you don't keep God in the center, then you are a gone case. Then it's very difficult for you to control your senses. See, if I tell you, Mataji and Prabhuji's have everything, but it should be prasadam. So I did something and I stopped you from something. What did I do? I didn't say stop eating. I said, have prasadam. Everything you eat, offer it to Krishna and have. It is possible. But by doing so, unknowingly, you are coming out of all junk food. So this is how spiritual life works. You will act in such a way that you will control your senses automatically. Next. Indriyani manobuddhir asyadhishthanam uchyate eter vimohyati esha jnanam avritya dehinam. The senses, the mind and the intelligence are the sitting places of this lust. Through them, lust covers the real knowledge of the living entity and bewilders them. So where does the lust sit, bhaiya? Kidhar baithta hai? The senses, mind and intelligence. 3 jagah pe baithta hai lust jaake. That enjoying propensity is sitting in 3 places. One is your senses. You are helpless. They want to enjoy. Second is your mind, all the time thinking where to enjoy. Third is intelligence. I know how to enjoy. Right? You will start making plans for enjoyment. Tomorrow morning my plan, day after tomorrow my plan, this vacation plan, that vacation, intelligence. I'll structure my work, I'll use my intelligence. But all these three places is the place where your lust sits. Krishna is telling you the address where it sits. So what do you need to do to curb the lust now? You know that it is there in your senses. So how will you curb the lust? By engaging your senses in bhakti. It is sitting in your mind. How will you curb the lust? By engaging your mind in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When you chant, you control your mind. It is sitting in your intelligence. How will you check that? By getting spiritual intelligence. You have your material intelligence, get spiritual intelligence. That, oh, acha, ye buddhi bhi nasht ho gayi hai. That means I need to get spiritual buddhi, that I am not this body. When you are convinced that I am not this body, then why will you enjoy this body? You will try to enjoy the soul. If you are the soul, you will do soul-centric activities. Satsang is a soul-centric activity, not a body-centric activity. समझ रहे ना? Satsang is a soul-centric activity. So you are checking your intelligence, you are checking your mind, you are checking your senses. So Krishna is telling you, where does the lust sit? Where does the lust sit? Senses, mind, intelligence. ये तीन जगह पे बैठता है ना? 41. तस्मात्त्वम् इंद्रियाणि आदौ नियम्य भरतर्षभा पाप्मानं प्रजहि एनं ज्ञान विज्ञाननाशनम्. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning, curb this great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses, and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. So he is telling, before itself, in your spiritual life, in your karma yoga, when you want to perform karma yoga, curb this lust. If you don't curb this lust, you can't perform karma yoga. You can't perform karma yoga. Karma yoga means what? Do everything for God. But if you are lusty, will you do everything for God? You will do only for you. And how can you curb this lust? Where is lust sitting? Senses, mind, intelligence. How will you curb your senses? Engaging them. How will you curb your mind? By chanting. How will you engage your intelligence? Spiritual intelligence. By learning Shastra. Understood? So here he is telling, in the beginning itself, curb it. Indriyani parani ahur. Indribhya parammana. Manasastu parabuddhir. Yo buddhe paratastuya. Yo buddhye paratastusha. Now here is giving the chronological order. The working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind. And he, the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. Now he's telling easy technique to curtail. He's saying your senses are very powerful. More powerful than your senses are the working senses, right? Through which you experience things. And more powerful than working senses is your mind. If your mind is in control, your senses are in control. And more powerful than mind is intelligence, right? And more powerful than intelligence is soul. Now imagine a chariot. Please everybody focus. Imagine a chariot. There are 5 horses. 5 horses are tied with ropes. One person is sitting and holding that ropes, your driver. And you are sitting behind and telling the driver where to go. Okay? Those 5 horses are nothing but your 5 working senses. The ropes are your mind. Through your mind you can control the horses. But for that you need a strong Charioteer, who is intelligence. But if your soul, you are strong as a soul, you can tell your intelligence where it should go. Understood? That person sitting on the chariot is you. You are not the senses. You are not the mind. You are not the intelligence. You are the soul, who can direct even the intelligence. समझ रहे? So most powerful is who? The one who is sitting behind. If he is spiritually conscious, if your soul is spiritually conscious, that I am not this body, मैं शरीर ही नहीं हूँ. If you are totally convinced that I am not this body, I have to leave this body in some time. I got this body, I am going to leave this body. Nothing in this body is mine. Nothing that belongs to this body is also not mine. वो फ्लैट मेरा नहीं है, ये लैंड मेरा नहीं है, ये हाथ मेरा नहीं है, ये सिर्फ मेरा शरीर है. If you are convinced on this all the time, then can the senses control you? Can your intelligence control you? Nothing can control you because you are in control now. Right? So try to become the charioteer. Right now we are working like horses. Right? Then you should control with mind. Then control the intelligence. Then become the charioteer. Who is your intelligence? You cannot control your intelligence. So your guru is your intelligence. So when you follow the order of guru, then your intelligence becomes your slave. Right now your intelligence is completely polluting you. You can't do anything. But when you listen to your guru, who is sent by Krishna, and you follow his orders, and you follow his directions, and you follow his tips, you can control your senses. Very simple. है कि नहीं? बच्चे जब भटक जाते हैं, किनका बात सुन के वो ठीक होते हैं? क्या प्रभु जी? माता पिता का ना. माता पिता का बात सुनेंगे, अपने आप ठीक हो जाएंगे. इसी तरह से a normal living entity, conditioned living entity, if he hears to the instruction of his guru, who is like a charioteer, his guru's intelligence becomes your intelligence, then you can control all the senses. And you can peacefully sit in the chariot, and guru's intelligence will take you back home, back to God. Will you remember this example? Charioteer's example? Chariot? Last verse. Now here that's what Krishna is concluding. एवं बुद्धे परम बुद्ध्वा संस्थाप्यात्मानम् आत्मना जहि शात्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुराशदम्. Thus, knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind and intelligence. O mighty armed Arjuna, one should steady the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, Krishna consciousness, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. Right? So he is ending the saying, Bhaiya, get that spiritual intelligence, get that guru. Get that guru's intelligence in front of you. Then you can conquer the lust. Now let's work back. Chapter is over, right? So, what is the third chapter? Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the third chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of Karma Yoga, or discharge of one's prescribed duty in Krishna consciousness. So we finished Karma Yoga. But how did he finish Karma Yoga? Let's work back. Please pay attention. Krishna concluded saying, Bhaiya, you have to get spiritual intelligence to control lust. समझ गया? You have to get spiritual intelligence, Guru sitting in the charioteer's place, to control lust. If you don't control lust, can you perform Karma Yoga? You cannot perform Karma Yoga. Because what is Karma Yoga? Perform for the satisfaction of God, without any attachment, as a duty. Right? And most important, intelligent person will perform Karma Yoga in such a way that he will never come back to this material world. If you don't want to do that, you will keep coming back. That is also Karma Yoga, but that is Sakama Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma Yoga, total filled with Bhakti. Right? So he just work back to what I have told. From the third chapter, first verse to the 42nd verse. Conclusion of Karma Yoga is very simple. You have to perform your duty for the satisfaction of Krishna by controlling your senses and not allowing your lust to take over your intelligence. And how do you do that? Through cultivating spiritual intelligence. So the next chapter name is what? Transcendental knowledge. Now he's going to tell the knowledge which will help you to control your lust. So is there a connection between third and fourth chapter? He's telling you how to work with intelligence, but now he's going to tell the intelligence in fourth chapter, which we'll discuss next week. Any questions? I know it's a lot of subject we discussed today. I was trying to say that I'll try to finish chapter by chapter, week by week, but I always feel that it's too much. But anyway, let us get a glimpse. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, we have karma and vikarma.
Hmm.
Can akarma burn the karma vikarma?
Yes. Akarma not only, now Prabhuji's question, did everybody understand? He said there is karma, there is vikarma. Viruddha rupena karma, vikarma. There is karma. Karma means living as per scriptural code. As per do this, it will be nice for you. Do that, it will not be good for you. वो जो हम लोग सुनते हैं ना शास्त्र में, that is karma. By doing that, you will get good results and you'll go to spiritual, no, not to spiritual, you'll go to Swargaloka and come back. Right? Good deeds. Dan do, give charity, take care of other people, that is all part of karma. Good karma. Good karma and karma, both are called the same. Vikarma means what? Doing everything that is not mentioned in the scriptures. Pakka, I will do everything that is not mentioned in scriptures. That is vikarma, which will produce bad results. Right? Now, karma will take you to Swarga, bring you back. Vikarma will take you to hell and bring you back. But your problem is you're coming back. Right? Akarma means doing activities which will neither take you up nor take you down. And they will also burn the results of karma and vikarma. They'll also burn. Bhakti. Bhakti means akarma. Akarma means doing activities according to God's order. Simple. Krishna told, cultivate spiritual intelligence. Go to satsang, understand my message, learn Bhagavad Gita. So the activity that we did just now, will it take us to Narkaloka? Pakka na? Will it take us to Swargaloka? No. Kahan leke jayega? Goloka. We'll go back to Krishna. Just by performing the activity. Just by sitting and hearing, you will go back to Krishna. Just by me speaking what he has spoken, I'll go back to Krishna. This is bhakti. Bhakti doesn't have to be teen agarbatti jalao, deepam lagao, ye karo, wo karo. Doesn't need all that. Just hearing is bhakti. Just giving time for this is bhakti. Prioritizing God. Like Prabhuji sent me a message saying, Prabhu, 2 hafte ka gap aa gaya, aaj lagao satsang. He told Srinivas Prabhu, I said, okay, theek hai Prabhu. For you, I'll do it. So even though we are some, we'll do it. See, if I would not have been doing this, what I'll be doing some nonsense there. Some YouTube short videos I'll be seeing. My life will become short. So, by you all engaged me in bhakti today. Is that true? Yes. And by me keeping the satsang, you also engage in bhakti today. That is why it's called satsang. We all are helping each other. There is no guru here. I'm not any guru. You are engaging me, I am engaging you. Together you have finished third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hari bol. Any other? Prabhu ji, आप कुछ बताना चाहेंगे? अच्छा लगा कर्म योग? हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा, जय हरि बोल. चलो, नरसी, प्रभु जी, प्रश्न है, हाँ, लास्ट प्रश्न.
Prabhuji, in the example of charioteer, we understand that the soul is the charioteer who can control intelligence, mind, and the senses.
No, soul is not the charioteer. Soul is the passenger.
Passenger,
Huh.
yes, sitting behind. So, in this material world, like there are people whose intelligence is polluted, but still the soul is Sachidanand, right? The soul is
Soul's nature is Sachitanand. It always wants to be happy.
right. But if that person is not taking the right decisions, does that mean that the soul is not able to guide the intelligence, or what is happening?
His intelligence is not allowing the soul to function. Soul is more powerful than intelligence. But it is not knowing its identity. It is thinking that I am the intelligence. And the intelligence is polluted. So it is not allowing the soul to function. Soul is trapped because of bad intelligence.
Soul identifies itself
As body.
As body.
Soul is identifying itself as body. Because your intelligence is saying you are the body.
This is what we meant when we say that the soul.
Conditioned soul. Conditioned soul मतलब the soul thinks that I am the body. अब जरा सोचो एक मिनट, सोल को तो मौत नहीं है. There is no death for soul. Nobody can destruct the soul. Right? Clearly, Krishna explained. You don't have any of this knowledge. How many people outside have this knowledge? They don't have that knowledge. I got cancer now. For example, I got cancer now. If I know that I am the soul, I will not be that much unhappy. Yeah, I am the soul. कैंसर है मतलब मेरे को नया बॉडी मिलने वाला है. ये बॉडी खत्म हो गया, ये कार खत्म हो गया. अभी थोड़े दिनों में कार निकल जाएगा, दूसरा कार आ जाएगा. Right? I will not be that much bewildered. You understand? But a person who doesn't know that I am the soul, उसका तो पूरा मतलब क्या सोचेगा, कैंसर आया मैं तो गया, उसके बाद क्या होगा मैं नहीं मालूम मुझे क्या होगा. But the person who knows Bhagavad Gita knows that he'll get another body. यातस्य हि ध्रुव मुक्ति और ध्रुवान मुक्ति ध्रुवान जन्म मृतस्य तस्माद अपार्यार्थे नत्वम सोचितमर्हसि. You are like a person removes his old garments and puts on the new garments. Oh Arjuna, you will remove the old body and get a new body. You will not be that much bewildered. है कि नहीं? So conditioned soul means the person who identifies himself with body. And the person who is identifying himself with body, उसका intelligence तो उसका शत्रु है. His intelligence will make more and more plans how to save my body. Like Hiranyakashipu. I should not be killed here, I should not be killed there, I should not be killed here, I should not. पूरा insurance, comprehensive insurance policy पूछो. है कि नहीं? थोड़े दिन पहले हिरण्यकशिपु मर गया. Last Thursday को. हाँ? नरसिंहदेव came. पूरा policy side में रख. I killed him. है कि नहीं? तो जो अकलमंद इंसान है वो मौत से भी नहीं डरेगा क्योंकि उसको मालूम है मौत तो आना ही है. किसका? मेरा नहीं, शरीर का. मौत तो आना ही है. डिसीज तो आना ही है. You are becoming old. What do you think you will get? More muscles? You will get more diseases. है कि नहीं? So nothing to be bewildered. Of course, you will feel pain. अरे I have to live in this body with diseases. Pain होगा. लेकिन इंटेलिजेंस बोलेगा, wait, ये जाएगा अभी, नया बॉडी फिर से आएगा. स्पिरिचुअल इंटेलिजेंस बोलेगा, नया बॉडी भी नहीं चाहिए बेटा, मेरे को स्पिरिचुअल बॉडी दे दे, मेरे को वापस ही नहीं आना फिर से. समझ रहे? It's okay. Any other questions? क्वेश्चन पूछने को ज्यादा क्वेश्चन है तो क्या बोलना उसको? नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादयाददायिने हिरण्याकाशीतोर्वक्षः नीलकण्ठानकालाये इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो इतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो बहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो नरसिंहमदि शरणं प्रपद्ये. करकमलफले मधुकशृङ्गा ललिता हिरण्यकशिपो केशवदूता नरहरिरूपा जगदीश हरे. हर जगदीश हरे. नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील गुरुदेव की, बताई गौर प्रेमानंद, मयोम कृषि सत्संग की, 3rd चैप्टर फाइनल कंक्लूजन की, बताई गौर प्रेमानंद। चलो प्रसाद लीजिए। हरे कृष्ण। महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्यव्रतन राजन विश्वासो नैव जायते शारीरा विद्याजाल जिडेन्द्रिय त्राहे काल जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तारा मध्य जीव्याति लोभोमाय सुदुर्मति ताके जेठा कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बड़ा दया माय कोरी वारे जीवा जाए सौ प्रसाद न दिलो भाई श्री अन्नामृत पाओ श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमे डाको चेतन निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभ जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माय निताय गौरांग लक्ष्मी नरसिंह स्वामी प्रहलाद महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद प्रसादम की सबका प्रसादम। प्लीज प्रसादम लीजिए और घर लेके जाइए, खत्म करिए पूरा। हरे कृष्ण।